Ladies and gentlemen, please share the video. Please share the video. Welcome to my section. This is where we really come to talk very, very, very important stuff. So please share the video. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. All right, just 1 hour and we'll be done for the day. Just 1 hour and I'll be done. Stand against anything that I know it is the right thing to do. CDC need to start to prepare a All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me here. Thank you for joining me here on this show here. We don't come to take side with anybody. Here we come to speak the truth because I, J. Randy, I am here to stand for the truth and speak the truth, nothing else. I don't worship anybody. I do not worship anybody because you know why? I am then qualified because you know why? I left Liberia with a high school education and came over here and managed to acquire a solid education with years of experience, 17 years this year in my profession. And because I believe in my profession and because I believe in my capability, I will not circumvent anything that I know it is wrong. I will not stand against anything that I know it is the right thing to do. CDC need to start to prepare a concession speech to let Darius DeLong go. All right? Darius DeLong, from what I've seen, is the winner here. There's no way to fake the number. I'm not going to lie. I don't be on a losing team. I don't be on any losing team. Yes, as an engineer, we play with mathematics. I told you guys on November the 21st that the people that you saw on that stadium, it was not enough. What they did, they started insulting me. Today, they keep faking. NEC need to come out and tell us what's going on. All right? Because every pool center that you listen to, the number is coming up for DeLong. I started the DeLong campaign and said that DeLong was not competent. He was empty. But the team managed to overcome what I was trying to bring in. Most especially when I identified that Seditian was not campaigning. So, Mr. Weir, if you listen to me today, here's one of your failures here, all right? I listen to some of your pro-government stations right now, all right? They're telling the Liberian people, listen to this. Some of the pro-Weir government talker on their show. Now the go-go girls one now because we are now their campaign. They got on Facebook. They got the go-go girl dancers, and then they got the other people who will just come and wear coat suit thinking that they know something up there. All right. So I'm listening to them. They are telling me that some of the Liberian people are very ungrateful. No, the Liberian people are not ungrateful. Whoever made that remark on a pro-government talk show, the Liberian people are not ungrateful. You know who is ungrateful? It's Mr. Weir and his circle of people. All right. Yes, one reason here. The school that Mr. Weir went to vote at, that building had been sitting over there, according to Smith Toby, from the 1950 or 60. Don't Mr. Weir know that that building had been in a poor condition before? Of course, he knows that. But because it was election time, that when he decided to give the building a facelift, So since when that bidding became very important to him? When? You see, you guys have been fooling this president, and now the reality is kicking in now. The reality is kicking in. All right? The reality is kicking in. So don't mind you guys then trying to fake numbers here. My question to Nick here is, when is Nick going to come out to tell us whether the Mussoraro County election result is too close to call or who is in the lead? We don't know. We don't know. So what if NEC up to? You shouldn't forget, NEC is the National Election Commission. Why aren't they coming out to tell you guys out there who is in the lead? What are they waiting for? Who are they talking to? Because from the general outcome here, any district you count, Dillon is ahead. We got to accept it. I told Polito Weir when Dillon defeated her a year and a half ago that you need to concede. And she wrote that concession speech. The map is showing that Dillon is ahead. So you start believing in yourself and start faking the numbers. So my thing to you guys here is you need to ask NEC who is leading. Or is it too close to call? Or is Dillon the winner in this election? Let NEC come and tell you guys. Let NEC come and tell you guys. They shouldn't play with these things. A CDC win other places. I see somebody say Zoe Panel won in Grand Judah County. It's over. Right? It's over. So let NEC come out and tell you guys who is in the lead. Who is leading. It shouldn't be faking those things. But right on NEC, I just went on NEC website. I'm not seeing any update there. So what's going on? Are they just going together and say somebody won? No. NEC, you don't want to be the one to cause any trouble in our country. This government, they have been so very selfish to themselves. Many of us here who have been very sincere to this government have done our part to promote this government. But there are people who are in that president orbit that decided to close every door of communication, every strategy to help the we are men. So every seat that we are going to be losing in this election, this fault will go on those that are around him. The fault will go on those that gave him the advice. And you think I care for anybody? No. Opposition, I ain't give a damn. Pro-government, I ain't give a damn. This is my country here now in America here. So I will come here now and say whatever I want to say. Because I'm not on anybody's side anymore. This is where I belong now. This is where, right here. I will only visit Liberia when the appropriate time comes. And they're not going to stop me from coming here now to speak the truth. I already got what I wanted for myself in this country here. Tomorrow morning I will get and go to work again. I will come and sit down here. And I will continue to see myself getting older and older and older. I'm not going to pay hate to nobody. I'm just going to tell you the truth. You know, I got a young man call me today from Morocco and say, "Big brother, let me tell you this thing. In Liberia today, any 15-year-old you see, if they don't have one baby, they got two." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yes, big brother." He said, "Young children, girls are just giving birth to children." I said, "You know what does that mean?" The poverty rate will increase in the country. Because if a 15-year-old is giving birth and having one or two children, what do you think the future of the children are going to be? When some of us come to sit here and tell you guys, you just believe that, oh, we don't like we don't like this. We is now unpopular in the eyes of the Liberian people. Mussoraro County should be a piece of cake by now. If we were popular, Mussoraro County should have been a piece of cake for him today. But the man is unpopular. The very people who campaigned, who took their check, their money to put Mr. Weir in office, he let those people down. And do you think election time, they will go vote for him? No. No. So, election commission, make sure you announce that result. You need to go on your webpage and start to update that. Because if any eventuality you try to tamper with that number, Mr. Weah will be in serious trouble. CDC is not popular in Mosquito County. You can see the math. The whole entire Nukutan area where Mr. Weah came from. Why Tyrod Dillon is taking number from there? That reminds me of how they call him Agor. When Agor ran for the presidency after Bill Clinton, he lost his own state of Tennessee. So that whole Nukutan area over there, if Tyrod Dillon winning that area, that means Mr. Weah is very unpopular. The people around this president had destroyed him. I saw the thing long ago. I was telling you guys, you're not campaigning, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And tonight now you won't face all the damages you've done over the past 3 years. Look at the campaign they ran. No message for the people. 3 years in office, what message do you have? What are the deliverables? Nothing. They just go and sit in one community, take chair and sit and people dance all day. But you are a sitting government, a government that leading people. So everybody on the other side. So does that put, let me say, what Eric said, so does that put him in a bad chance? Yes, Eric. Mr. Weah got to do some house cleaning. He got to do some house cleaning. If Mr. Weah remain with the same people and the same behavior, he will definitely be defeated in 2023. And he does not get out of that circle of people that only looking out for themselves. And the result is showing itself today. Eric, he will be defeated in 2023. Because his staff will start going down. His staff will start going down. Because they put their best in everything here. But they didn't prove to do anything better. So if Mr. Weah know what I know, he need to get to that drawing board and start listening to people who are very sound up here and not people who are just worshiping him and lying to him. Any organization where you there, top, and you got people around you, and you go into any competition, and you continue to lose, you need to readjust things. The people around the president have turned themselves against the people of Liberia. They only pay attention to few of their members. And they think that's all. Then when election time comes, then they want to go in the community to go ask the people. For every 5 Liberians you ask about we are government, only 1 will tell you say the government doing well. The other 4 will tell you say the government not doing anything. And nobody in your government will come and tell you, say, Mr. President, with all due respect, if you walk across 5 people in the community, 4 will tell you say your government is not performing up to the expectation. Only 1 will give you 1 answer out of 4 that you are doing well. We got a problem. Nobody came up. From Eugene Fagon to everybody. They will come here and tell you, oh, the president doing well, the president doing well, the president doing well. You guys going to destroy that CDC. Some of them are very hurt. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So some of them are very hurt. I, for one, I'm very hurt. Because the main reason why I ever came on Facebook in 2017 was to campaign for this weird man and made him to be somebody who he already became. But what they did, they turned their back on us. They even asked people to come and say all kind of negative things about us. All right? Say all kind of negative things about us. I was never on Facebook. It was the weird man being that came on Facebook. But the moment the man won the election, they started closing all the doors. And now the very people around him, they decided to please the weird man for their own benefit. They lie to him every day. Rather than they lying to him now, oh, don't worry, Tifa going to win. No. The number out there is speaking for itself. For every 5 districts you come, Tifa only winning 1 or 2, they don't winning 3. And the margin is very high. The more they don't number get higher in any district, it's giving them the edge to go to that 51%. So you shouldn't fool yourself around here. You can fool we are with your math, but not me. It's not going to add up. It's not going to add up. So NEC need to come out now and let us know. Let NEC go on their website and start posting that number up there. Because if NEC doesn't put that number out there, then she is in collusion with the government. And the people will be right to say they must resign. So if you know what I know, NEC, you better start posting that number on your website. Because I just checked the website right now. There's no number out there. Don't go crook any number. Don't go fake any number. The counting should be done. There are some districts There are other prison areas that the number has already been concluded. You need to start uploading that number over there. You better not bring that labyrinthine here. You shouldn't bring that labyrinthine on here. Joe, we are and people screw up and let them accept their failures. Let them accept their failure because they don't like to hear the truth, but they must accept the result. If you don't like to hear the truth, you should accept the result. They need to accept the result. So don't go over there and be faking and be dancing on Facebook. No, the reality will speak for itself. For too long, you've been sitting here and be lying before that man. Every day you lie before that man, giving him the glory. Then you got somebody saying the Liberian people ungrateful. The people are ungrateful. The Liberian people took out their last check. They went in their saving and took their last money to make George Weah president. What Mr. Weah did, the moment he became president, he took care of himself first. To go around the 15 counties, he never went there. Only election day, few days to election, then you run into an old school building. You go pin the school building. But all that time that building been over there, you've been driving all around over there. Only a few days to election. Then you call people and say, you go fix the building. You know what citizens don't understand? The people that are supporting George Weah, what they don't understand, Mussorado County is one of the least county that you want to mess with. It is the county of the capital, that include the capital city of Monrovia. And you think you're going to fool the people in Mussorado County? Think about the president of the United States in Washington, D.C. and want to croak the people in Washington, D.C. Mr. Weah, you can go to my own town, River G, to go fool the people there. Because Mussorado County is one of the most popular counties in the country where the little child between the age of 10 to 15 is smart enough. They get on their phone, they see things happening around the world. They listen to someone or they compare and contrast. So Mussorado County is a county where when it comes to awareness, where people can identify the wrong from the right, that county is not a county for you to go make fool of. You could have fooled any other county, but you should have set your record straight in Mussorado County, Mr. President. The people of Mussorado County are not stupid. They see everything. From all the little people you promote. You play football with the young people in the community. After that, you walk away. They go home on empty stomach. So today, the people have spoken, Mr. President. So call the neck and tell them to start putting the result up there. When I told you that citizens need to engage the community, citizens are women Nazi, you're king up. And you started saying, oh, we did that for the men here. Yeah, you did that for the men. What have you said now? Why are you not rejoicing today? You're there, you're trying to crook numbers. Oh, I got a spreadsheet. I do this one. You're not in charge of anything. You're not in charge of anything. I listen to Costa. Nobody should blame Costa. People are calling Costa and giving the result. The same way some of the pro-government people calling there and giving them the result. So the number that Costa got is more. And the number of people on the ground reporting is more. You destroy the man. You destroy the party. Who are the party caucus? Men like Alexander Tyler or criminal like that. The president go raise his hand. Oh, what change does that represent when it comes to the change for hope? These are all the things that I saw that I started to push back. I didn't campaign for Weah to come go take men like Alexander Tyler and go put him out there. If I ever knew that I was going to campaign for him, no. I didn't campaign for Weah to just get ready and forget about the people in the city or in the country and start to take care of himself. No. I didn't campaign for that. In my message, I said the people who are in the country must be given the opportunity. But Mr. Weah denied the people of the opportunity. And Mr. Weah, you can get vest all you want. I don't give a damn. If you can tell your story to people that you suffer in Gibraltar, there are people now who are suffering in that very Gibraltar that did not vote for your candidate today. So go and look at them and ask them why. Because the people have babysat you so much that you don't want to hear nothing. Nobody should tell you anything. Then you better get very pompous and get very mad. So call all of them today and say, yeah, Randy, what the message, does it make sense? They lie to you. They are very much incompetent. They got no strategy in their brain to help you, Mr. President. They got no strategy. They don't have one this thing. You got to give it to DeLong because the people who voted for you, they have turned against you. You made them to turn against you. They love you. That's why they put you there. They made you senator. They made you president, but you return all the favor with selfishness. That's why you did. So no citizen should come here and say the Liberian people are ungrateful. I listen to them who are saying the Liberian people are ungrateful. No. The Liberian people had their fair share with all the sedition. From the late Muna Pen to Akara's grave, all the people voted for them. But what did they do? They turned their back on the people. Their life have improved more than the people, even though they are public servants. Look at their life they're living today. The recent one that they just promoted. Go see how they're looking this time now. But the very people who put them there, the power of the people must speak all the time. We must learn to respect the people in our place. Nobody in the government can look in your welfare and tell you the truth. Because they are all a bunch of suckers, grave seekers. A well-learned, educated person will not back down from the truth. That's why they're afraid for me to be in their midst. They know. They know very well that some of us are very competent. So we'll not back down. I will never stand before we are and tell we are say this thing is wrong when I know it is right. I will never do that. And I want for we are to remember me. All right? And all of them, they set that man up. And we are continuing to keep those same people. To 2023, he will lose that election before the next day. He will lose that election before the next day. So let him now recalibrate himself. Let him sit down there with his stubborn ways. Let him sit down there with his stubborn ways. Don't put me nothing for him. How can you become president and people help you up and you just turn against the people like that? And when somebody just comes to you and say, you wearing red side and white side, then everybody become defensive. The people that love you will always criticize you, Mr. President. If you don't have criticism in your blood, you will never succeed. Because not every day is Monday. Not every year is going to be 2020. All right? You must be able to tell people, criticize me. Jerry Rodden became a very strong person today when he said in 1979, don't send praises to me. Praise Ghana, praise Africa, and praise the black man. Because he didn't deserve it. It was the people who put him there and supported him. But as soon as somebody say that, you don't know what we are going to cut it. People saying that you're selfish, and still you can't get out and say, you know what, I'm not selfish. You became president, you closed door on everyone from CDC in America. What kind of man are you? What kind of man are you? Then you go sit down in the church every day. That's the result you get here, Mr. President. That is the result you get here. That is the result you get here. Like I said, when you do the right thing, I will come and tell you the right thing here. There are some things that you did and I stood here and supported you. But there are some awkward ways that you continue to live by every day. I will tell you it, Mr. President. You like it that your business. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't give a damn. All right? I don't give a damn. Look at the football player there over there. Those bunch of losers. Brought them out. Baby like Jefferson Koji there. You got raw old men there standing there. I used to play for OFO. I used to do OFO with this. What kind of nonsense thing is that? What kind of nonsense thing is that? What kind of nonsense thing is that? People talk their country. Professional guy like us who put our life on the line. Do you know how many people came and were asking us whether we know what we're getting into? Many people came and started asking me, Randy, do you know what you're getting into in there? I said, no. Only chairman asked about what I'm looking up to. Today we took our time, our precious time, 100% of our time. We talk about 30%, give it to you. Researching, trying to convince people. We convince you we convince a lot of people we got elected. Look at Joe Biden government today, Mr. Weir. Look at Joe Biden government today. I know the fool around you will not tell you. Every little single child or adult that campaigning for Joe Biden. You see how the government is so diverse today? Look at the cabinet he putting together. A very diverse cabinet. Go bring someone like Major Shorten, with a kind of tinted character. Ajibor Bona, who left from America in the 1977. And you still get him in government. When you got young people there to build you up. To build you up. You just silence all of them. Then you expect people to come in and support you? No. You brought a defeat on yourself, Mr. President. And if you don't change your ways, you'll be staring at one term. One term president is what you will be. And you will receive the worst leadership Ballon d'Or in your life. Or being one of the worst leaders in Liberia. I'm telling you now. Because after the election, we'll be watching you now. Anything you put out there, we'll come here and talk it. It's no more. One side here, I'm going to be in the middle here. You are a failure. 3 years is nothing. You have failed under that 3 years, Mr. President. The people have spoken. Go listen to them. Go there. They will keep telling you, they will tell you, say, oh, everything okay with you. Everything. Go listen to them. Go listen to them. Say you don't have criticism, go listen to them. Go listen to them. Go and go listen to them all the time. The person that loves you will always be tough on you, Mr. President. The person that loves you will be tough on you. Don't clown over there, just fooling you every day. You think they get time? Right after you lose election in 2023, they will come right in America here. They will be the same people that will be sitting there drinking beer around here. Oh, my man, I couldn't listen. That person couldn't this. That's how they will do to you. That's why they will treat you here. Because you know them. But you're lying there to use you. Because they see you like a fool. Mr. President, they put you see every day, Mr. President. They put a 10 back behind you and say that man's a foolish man. We can tell you what to do. That's why they're doing to you. So you have your country. You can have your government. You can have everything. Yes, you can have everything you have. But when you made a mistake, we'll come and tell you here. You can go do whatever you want to tell him. You can drag that government down. CDC was the party of the people. There was nobody that could defeat CDC. Nobody could defeat CDC because CDC was made by the people themselves. When you turn that party around into an evil empire, a kingdom that don't have feeding for nobody, the very people who put you out there are the same people voting against you today. Nobody changed in that country. The same people that started with you, they're the same people voting against you today, Mr. President. And nobody here to give you the autopsy report of your poor performance. Nobody. Everything is all okay. People say you will succeed. But on what account are they giving you the rate that you are succeeding? What account? If you want to do better, like I said yesterday, Mr. Costa got a point when Mr. Costa said he thinks Tara Dillon don't need the other 3 old heads. He got a point. The only caution that I gave, Costa just need to calm down with his emotion, calm down with his anger. Because when Dillon finally thanked the people who voted for him today, my time, what they don't need to start to do now is to unite the country. They don't together say, look, Randy, I know you say I'm empty, but I'm proving to you that I'm not empty anymore. So I think you need to join us here. All those who say, I'm this, you need to join me. If they don't start to build that relationship, bring it inclusive, and tell Costa, don't bring your emotion here. Let Delon be able to control Costa, and Costa should not control Delon. Because Delon is building for himself a diversity of people who love him. Costa is a lemon and a lime with a very sauce taste. So when Delon finally get into that seat, Costa need to be very careful. And those of you guys are with Costa, because Maserati is not the winning ticket for the entire country if Delon decide to run for president in 2023. So Costa need to ease down. He need to ease down on, don't bring that CDC philosophy behind Delon. Somebody need to tell Costa, look, forget about those who are not for you. Tone down the noise, tone down the cursing, and you'll start to work to buy the people love for Delon. If they take the advice from me, Joe will be a one-day president when that election time comes, because you'll be defeated right there. So Delon need to be careful, work with Costa, and Costa need to calm down. Because one mistake, because Delon is like a chicken egg in Costa's hands, and Costa is walking on a line with few feet above. And on the balance beam, that's how Costa is with Delon. One mistake Costa made with his behavior, it will spill the beans, and then things can get worse for Delon. Because don't forget, Costa too, he don't have many people that love him too. I'm gonna face the fight. Because if I'm trying to fight a weir, Costa need to understand. Not everybody love Costa. So if Delon is coming now to be the new golden child, Costa need to back off. He need to tune down on his rhetoric. Because election go by population. They got the young people They got the middle-aged people, and they got the adult population. One thing I noticed about Liberians, the adult population, they love people who respect older people. So as Delon continue to move into the progress that he's going through to become a turned senator, Costa need to ease down. Ease down. Tone down the rhetoric and start working with Delon. Love the people. Care for the people. Embrace them. And do away with too much of insult. And let Delon be the peacemaker. Let Delon be the one that you can talk about. Delon can do this. When you start to map out that behavior, that will be fine. But it Costa start to say things to Delon. Because one thing I will say to you guys here, Costa is too controlling, and you got to accept the fact. Costa is very, very controlling. Unless you need study behavior analysis, Costa is too controlling. And if Costa tries to control Delon and Delon refuse, Costa will be on Delon just how he on weird. So y'all need to bring the two of them together to sit down and have the discussion. Delon, you are the man, you are the golden child. Costa, yes, let Delon have a say. Whatever Delon say, you disagree with, do not insult Delon. Delon need to tell Costa, you alone cannot make me what I want to be. So that mutual understanding should be there. That is the strategic advice that I will give here. Because remember, not everybody in Liberia love Costa. But Delon is winning the hearts of the people. So you need to make sure you talk to him. Because he can make Delon or he can break Delon. If you don't want the old heads, Boca, Cummings, Ure, no need to insult them. Just appeal to the young people. Make Delon to be like the young people representative ambassador. That's all you Costa can do. Say, look, gentlemen, this is Delon here. Look at yourself, look at Delon. A man with not so high education. A man who everybody say he's empty. But look what he's doing for you. And get the buy-in of the people. When the people feel that their voices are respected, they will give you everything. So that's what I want to say over there. Because the government of George Weah, somebody say, why are you dragging Costa into this thing here? Oh Lord, there we go again. Oh boy. Oh boy. How do I explain this here? Henrietta, I'm an engineer. We think way ahead. All right? I'm an engineer who is talking about Liberian politics. Engineer, we think way ahead. You know something they call fiscal planning? We think way ahead. All right? So I will advise that when you come on the show, you calm down. What I'm trying to do here now is called projection. All right? I'm trying to tell you things that will happen in the future. I don't want you to reach there and then it happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. All right? So we engineers, we are different set of people among normal human beings on the face of the earth here. Because we play with things. You see the cell phones. You see the computers. Those are things that engineers built. I'm trying to explain things here in the future. That's what I'm trying to explain here. All right, my sister? So please. All right? So just continue to listen and then we'll work together. All right? When you come on my show, my mind is so diverse. It's so diverse. And when you pay keen attention, you will learn a lot. I'm not lying to you. You will learn a lot. Yes, you will learn a lot. All right? So, Delon, as he move on to this seat, he have to start looking for people that he can work with and not people that can control him. Because the same mistake we are made, if you're not careful, Delon could be misled by other people. The more power people start getting, you will start seeing other people coming in, and some people will have more control over the other people, and then the leader will be misled. That's what happened to Weah. All right? That's what happened to Weah. So, let the Weah experience be a lesson for everybody. All those around Weah today, they are worrying now. And the only thing Weah can do now to redeem himself, by the end of the week, if the result comes out, or the result, That Mr. Weir man need to get up. And I challenge him. I challenge Mr. Weir. He need to get up and stand before a mic and carry out an open confession. And hear what I want you to tell Mr. Weir. Because they don't go sit down and go be watching the go getting dancing. Nigga, they thinking that everybody, you know, when you're having pleasure, you think that everybody having the same pleasure. Because nowadays you go on Facebook, you see all the getting dancing like this. And you know, I don't know who told them that when you ready to talk about politics. I mean, you in America here, when you see CNN, when you see young girls there on CNN analyzing things, I don't see them, you know, dancing like this. You know, just something wrong with Liberia. I don't know why. And that's why I always say, when you need all the bad examples in the world, just find where Liberians are, or just go to Liberia. And, you know, you got young girls like Abby Phillip in their 30s on CNN analyzing things. They're trying to well dressed sit and make sound and, you know, decision in their analysis. I mean, have next discussion. But you go to Liberia, there's just something wrong with us. And, you know, people come on and just naked themselves. And, you know, I don't understand. I mean, is that something about electricity or what? I don't know what that is. But I just want to speak to you guys because these things are not carrying on anywhere. All right? It just goes to show that the government itself too has some character issue too. And, you know, yes, it has some character issue. And to be honest with you, yes. And even those who carry these shows, those of you guys that go and watch these shows, and you know, I mean, there are times that you can have go time on with people, and you know, but when somebody kind of drink all kind of dances, then they want to talk politics, and you go listen to that. I mean, for me, that's not my style, to be honest with you, and that's not my style, and you know. But what I would say here is this, and you know, Mr. Weir, by this Friday, the 11th, Mr. Weir need to come before a mark. Whether he got enough seat or whether he never won enough seat, Mr. Weir need to come before the people of Liberia and tell them that I'm sorry. I am sorry for the way I treated you. I wronged you. I took office and I never put you on the agenda. I may have done some things that I thought were pleasing to you people. But the election showed that I need to do more. And going forward, I'm going to take the following steps to make things work for you people. And I'm going to engage the community. And those that are around you, make sure that the people. Somebody say, and you speak on the missing boys. He can speak on everything, my brother. There's no leader. There is no leader that will keep quiet on one citizen that get missing. If I was sitting the president, I would have tell. You see, one thing about the mafia will do things in the day they come, they go and sympathize with the family. Whatever happened, if Mr. Weir doesn't speak, he's wrong. Because there is a likely possibility that those boys then may have voted for him too. And not only that, but they are Liberians. There's no Liberian that will get missing and somebody don't say anything. Even the George Floyd, Donald Trump addressed George Floyd issue. Because George Floyd was an American. So, from the people that got missing in that water, to the people that left in that mountain in Nima County, and to anything that happened in that country, Mr. Weir need to get involved and speak about it. People cannot just sit down there and say, don't say anything. These are all the negative points, negative low points that God, these people struggling today will result. It's wrong. You see how many people watching me here? That's how low our people who are friends to each other. In our country, we are built with just worshiping people. All right? We are built with just worshiping people. So right now, both sides, everybody on their own side tonight. So the only way we can move that country forward, we must learn to be frank with people. Liberian people don't like for people telling the truth. You tell any Liberian man the truth, they will turn against you. Because that's how we're brought up. That's how we're raised. Some of us will not take that. No, for me, I will not take that. That's why I keep telling you, I'm not going to Liberia. I will remain right here. All right? I will remain right here. But every time I come here, I will tell you the truth. If you don't hear that your business, you can walk away. But this weird man, the people have spoken. He need to give it up. Confess to the people of Liberia for all the bad things that you did to them. Confess to your fellow citizens who struggle with you. And the last thing he needs to do is to call for a national convention where he will allow the people to criticize him. As long as we cannot take criticism, he will never improve. As long as we cannot accept criticism, he will never improve. Because the people around him, they're building that resistance of not accepting criticism. Because that's who they are. They should tell him, as a president, you are the reservoir for everything. As long as you cannot accept criticism, Mr. Weir, you will never improve. I'm sure when you're playing football, there are days the coach came to you and tell you, you're not doing well in the game here. And because your salary depended on it, you swallow your pride and you follow what our coach did. Not because you're president today, that doesn't mean that you cannot take criticism. In fact, that the more time you will be taking criticism from people. So if you don't take criticism, Mr. President, you will not be a better president. The 3 years, when it comes to your administration, you have failed in many areas. Yes, you have failed in many areas. Only the UN-backed project, the World Bank-backed project, road construction, that's what has been successful for you, to be honest with you. Because people have been very stubborn. You're not reaching out to these people, challenging them. The country is filled with illiterate people. What is the rule of the Minister of Education to reduce illiteracy? What is the rule? Where is the rule? Now they come out with policy. The community is struggling. Every day you go sit down to Jamaica resort. What was the result before you became president? And you took the dual citizenship thing. You know very well, people that you sat down with in America, you down with them. And then you're looking at a policy that will become you're looking at a proposed legislation that when people vote for, it's going to deny many Liberians of holding a government job. And we are sat over there and want for the Liberian people to buy into that. How dare can you, Mr. President? There are some Liberians here who want to go back home and work in government. And you say you're from Gibraltar, that the Congo people deny you. But you deny other Liberians to not get a appointed position. And you sit down there, you're doing that. Oh, Lord. Power not good for. You know, the Congo people are right. And you know what? I will not call them jackasses anymore. These people I used to call jackasses here, I'm not going to call them jackasses again. Because there was no way that the Congo men will look at a fellow Liberian and say you can't get a job. But Mr. Weir is brave enough to go out there and tell Nathaniel McGill, go out there and tell the people to vote for the dual citizenship bill. And when they tell them, when their children in America will come and get, how they call it, land in this country. But the detail what the devil is, that if you're dual citizenship, dual citizen carrier, you cannot get an appointed position. And Mr. Weir agree with that. But this is a man who will come in the church and say, you know what, when I was in Gibraltar, I came out in a poor neighborhood. There were people who left that country with all their own fault. They came here and acquired citizenship and want to go back home. And so we are from Gibraltar, fighting for those people. You are the one against them. Wow. How do you feel about yourself, Mr. President? And you can get all vests you want, Mr. President. I will make you vest every day, George Weir. I will make you vest. Because I put my life on the line, my professional life on the line to come and campaign. Like today now, I'm just between two places. When I go to CDC people, they say, oh, you're not there. When I come to opposition, oh, you're not there. So I'm right in the middle now. All because what? They want George Weir business here. That's where I am now, right now. That's where I am right now. I'm in the middle now. I'm not going to go to the opposition. I'm not going to go to CDC because they're going to write you off. And now one day you will come back to say thank you to anybody. That selfish way got to come from you, Mr. President. I'm not lying to you. That way you got you is too selfish. It's too bad for you. And I'm sure if your mom was alive, tell a minute all who have lost our mom. She's going to walk up to you and tell you, see, the ways you got, it's not right. It's not right. All the documentary that I used to show you, you went to Ghana, your man telling you, oh, say goodbye to this, say goodbye to this. You became president, you just turn against all your friends, people who struggle with you. You can't live like that. Where are the other people that are around you today? Where were they when you were coming up? Who are there to just tell you things and you just turn around like that? All right? That's why for me, I'm not going to Liberia. I will be right here. The day God call me home, I will go. This is my home now. I'm not going back in that country. Because I know the way you angry like this, you can't wait to get your hand on anybody that tell you the truth. But one day, you will stand before God. And God will tell you, say, the people that used to like you, you did not like them. You did not like them. So all those who for half of Delon to be what Delon held into today, thank to every one of you guys. Y'all have made a decision that will make the young generation to praise you in the future. Mr. Weah have failed the Liberian people. Yes. Y'all know me when I come, I talk for him a lot. Y'all know me. I criticized Costa many times. But what the man had done, what he encouraged in the party, it's been very, very damaging. And I will not take that. I will not take that. They can go all around and go tell, oh, you're going to install them. You can say anything you want to say. I don't give a damn. I'm here. I'm sweating for everything that I got here. I'm not living on nobody's sweat. I've been in the country here before we became president, and I will still be here, and we will leave office. When I be telling them, what is the future of CDC? I asked the guy a few questions the other day. Is CDC still a popular party? Nobody dare to go out we are that one, because many of them, as soon as they let them go, they can red by and start working in the nursing home here. But they will not be brave to go out we are. Mr. Weah, yes. Let me ask you the question, President Weah. Do you think the party is still a popular party here? Oh no, they feel when I ask that question, then we will take everything from them. But everything will go before you. Yes, you all made a Eugene Fagon, start in the African story. You think he brave to go stay we are and go tell we are say, oh Mr. Weah, how popular the party? No, because Eugene Fagon can rap by in the African story here. He got no experience yet. So what do you think he's gonna say over there? Nothing. You gotta be brave. You want to change the country, you gotta be willing to tell the leader the truth. The truth hurt. But the truth will have quality in it to make you stronger. Today you're passing around trying to fake results around here. I want to see NEC putting other results. NEC should not do anything funny here. Delon is in the league of this thing here. It's in the league. You shouldn't crook it. Y'all should not crook it. Because the people will not accept it. If I were next to that president now, I would be telling him, you need to write a speech and bring the country together. That's what I will be telling the president right now. Because you fail to do what you're supposed to do now. So those of you who closer to that president, you tell him. J. Randy say, you need to get rid of that selfish way, that self-centered way. Somebody do something that you keep it in your heart every day. Why? Why should you behave like this? Why? When life is too short. Why? People love you. But you don't love them back. And you don't like to hear the truth. Only people should come and worship you. You're not God, my friend. You're not God. King Perry them. They live more than them. People love them because they love their people back. But you bet became president and you just turn against everybody. If you never read a fine print of becoming a leader, then you need to go back and go read it. Now we're not cheating here. Trust me, Jeanette. I just went on their webpage and I see no number there. They better make sure they put that number over there. Let me tell them now. Because you know me, I don't joke with them. We are offering. I will support them when they're doing the right thing. And I will come again. If they don't put that thing up there and they come out with any fake result, you shouldn't accept it. Because they are the governing body of the election. It been over. What time is it now? It's 10 minutes to 2. Since 6 today. By serving that result, you have been going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. They should have been adding that result on their webpage. So if they're trying to crook anything over there and come by and say somebody win overnight, nobody should accept that result. Nobody should accept that result. Yes, nobody should accept that result. Let me tell you guys now. Nobody. Nobody should accept. I'm not talking about they don't here. I'm talking about the process being fair. All right? Because they don't, I'm not on they don't side. They don't block me from any page. I was against Delon. I didn't want him to win. But if Delon wins, that's why it is. That's the result. The people have spoken. Who am I to stop the people? No. So NEC should not fake anything over there, but give those people the result. Give it to them. That the people have spoken. Don't fake anything over there. If not, some of you will not come to the country here. You will remain over there. So you better try to fix it. I hope the UN embassy already not called me, so we are now because they gave him that call the other day. The UN embassy told him the other day the thing that happened in Bombay or came out, go speak about it. So the UN embassy better know because tomorrow morning I'll be calling on the UN embassy to tell them to call him and say, look, you're trying to put the result up there. Because only the white man can make me, so we have to move. You know. Only the white man can make him to move. But not the people around him. We can't live like that. We cannot live like that. The people have spoken, gave them that result. Why NEC not posting something here? Why they not posting something there? Why they making it too close to call when we see the result all around here? Give it. Y'all screw up. That's what you can do for the man. If you're not help the man to be what he want to be. All right? Let the people put the result up. It's mathematics. You see the incremental order. Why is that online right now? Just check the next web page. It's not there. It should be coming up. Next should be giving the result from every polling station. Give the result. Don't hold on to it. This is not way back days. Go on their website. There's nothing there. What are they doing? This is the night they're supposed to work extra time. They don't do it on a daily basis. So you send a video to him. He lost, he lost. He lost, he lost. He lost because he had not been engaged with the people. He had not been engaged with the people. We try here so many times to push the government agenda. But there are just certain people over there who feel that the president should not hear the truth. The moment you tell them the truth, they become very bitter. All of them are running away and kind of, oh, ready to go, yeah. But then they go say they say in church every day and lie to themselves. When they see the wrong for them to speak about it. The president has been popular. The president popularity has gone down. It's gone down. One of the things he decided to embarrass himself to go out there and say he's campaigning for people. How can you say you're coming for change for hope when you look at men like Alexander Tyler there, who ruined the country? Then you go somewhere and go raise the man hand up. And you know, so you tell the people that I cannot raise the man hand up here. God, Alexander Tyler, you went to another people raise the man hand up? I don't know how you call that kind of life. I can sit down there and go, I campaign against the Unity Party that Mr. Tyler was part of. Then Mr. We are getting ready to go raise his hand up. Then you got a Cara Gray over there who told Brian Envelope to get rid of Alexander Tyler. Then he go in there raising the man up. That's not the CDC that I campaign for. No, that was fairly wrong. And none of y'all can see it. Then you'll go to church and say, oh yeah, praise God. You're worshiping the devil. You should be brave to tell that man the truth. What, for pocket change? So you'll let everything go like that? For pocket change? How many of you guys were not against Alexander Tyler here? How many of you guys were not against Alexander Tyler when he was for Ellen here? Many citizens were against him. The child said, the man over there that took all that money over there. Tom up and went and sat down with that man. What kind of insult did he give the people? What kind of insult did he show to the people? The same child said, they made a high orange shoot. The whole world went wild. Oh yeah, they made it in the 16-25 minutes. Then your Lord may go and sit down with the man over there. What kind of character you're exhibiting to the young generation? How can the young generation learn to do the right thing in the right way? The American said that I can't support that thing. I will not support that crap. Because you know what? I'm too good up here. I'm paying student loan for what I got up here. And I will not compromise my hard-earned working day every day and my student loan to go and buy the wrong thing. I will not do it. If y'all will see me to Walmart pushing my car, I'd rather do that so you can see me doing it. But not to sell my intelligence to stupidity. I will never do that. I will never do that. And there's another Tyler there. That's the man, but we are to go raise the hand up. Then who we are in the first place? You think the people had the choice not to vote for Alexander Tyler? For the Unity Party people? Then you sat down over and you go and raise the man up over there. What kind of man are you? That the change you talking about that? That the change for hope? It's change for the same thing. It is change for the same thing. You hurting your fellow Liberian for not getting the opportunity in Liberia as a dual citizenship. You turn around and embrace people who embezzle things from the country. So what is the change now? Show me the change. What is the definition of what you just did, Mr. President? What change is that? Maybe that is CDC definition. Maybe I didn't see that other dictionary. But where is the change? Where is the change? If you're a citizen, listen to me here today. I want you to ask yourself 3 years ago, what Alexander Tyler did when you heard that story about that global witness behavior. Were you happy that time? You would tell me, say, no, I was not happy. So, were you happy just a few days ago when Mr. Weah raised that man up? Were you happy? If you tell me yeah, then you are a very deceitful person. They're not complaining about Ellen. Don't complain about Ellen. Do not complain about Ellen. Because we are Ellen, then they're in the same society. How can you take a guy who is guilty of something and then go raise the man up? You know what I'm making people doing? When you get in that position again, you know what I'm making people doing? You buy the man idea and you bringing the man back in the government. I think you don't get me yet. On that day when I said, if we doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here and I will criticize him. Let me play it for you guys here. Let me play it for you guys here. Apparently, most of you guys don't know. This thing was in November. Let me play it for you guys here. Let me play it for you guys here. Maybe you might be thinking that, oh, the guy here, he's just a cocky guy. But let me play it for you guys. Some of you guys are watching here. Let me play it for you guys here. Let me play it for you guys here. I will play it. I will keep reminding you. So next time when you see Randy, then I bet y'all got to sit down and read that man fine print before you bring him on. Let me play it for you guys here. This was November 2017. November 2017. Let me play it for you guys here.
I always say this. I am supporting Ambassador Weah today. If he does become president, which he will, and he starts to screw up, trust me, I'm a well-qualified person who worked for one of the biggest pharmaceutical industry in America. I don't need job in Liberia. I will come right back here. And if you two does not come to sit with me, I will come back here and start to expose some of the things that I think that Ambassador Weah is not doing for the people of Liberia. Pharmaceutical industry. Hold on for 1 second before I lost my thought. I always say this. I am supporting Ambassador Weah today. If he does become president, which he will, and he starts to screw up, trust me, I'm a well-qualified person who worked for one of the biggest pharmaceutical industry in America. I don't need job in Liberia. I will come right back here. And if you two does not come to sit with me, I will come back here and start to expose some of the things that I think that Ambassador Weah is not doing for the people of Liberia. Because you know what? I want to make sure that every Liberian who did not have the opportunity to come into this country or other country should be given an opportunity for the change he's advocating for. So the battle between the change that we're advocating for is just starting with me.
You hear that? That was November the 6th, 2017. You know, when I made that statement, many citizens didn't understand those things. So whenever I come here and ready to grill Mr. Weah, I try to remind them. You heard it. I am supporting Mr. Weah for president. And I know that he will become president. But if he screw up, I will come back here. So there's no reason Mr. Weah should get mad with me. Because I said it. I said it. You can take Alexander Tyler and go make him somebody. When we were convincing the people that we will be the president, that we will love, that will come and change things. And you say Thomas Fala is your friend. Then you allow Thomas Fala to go sit down with Charles Salif, people that ruin the country. We are fighting for the people who don't have the opportunity that some of us here. The other people left from here, they went in the government enjoying. Are they caring for the other people? How many times they visit the community? You are a president. Do you tell your cabinet minister to go in a community and go, let's sit down with the people and play with them? Because they are the one that get all the job. When last have you seen the people in the community, Mr. President? When last? To tell them, say, every Saturday you can find community to go in and engage the people there. Only Jamaica resort they can go. Only Jamaica resort they can go. This time there no more Congo people again. Nobody must say the Congo border. It is our own native people that are building a big pressing compound there now and putting fence around it. Our country people they're not doing it. There's no more Congo people now. The most selfish people among us now are the people who in government now that are acting the native men / the bishop now. They build home and put fence around it. Liberian people, next time you must put your interest first. You make sure you tell people. Then that's what I'm telling DeLon. There's a post that I wrote way back. I said DeLon could become president. I still got a post. The only reason I differ with DeLon, he failed to answer the question when I said DeLon, the motorcycles and the fleet of vehicle, the late child Walker Bronsky and guy, how did you guys get those things? DeLon did not tell me. That's how I back up from DeLon. But I still got a post that he could become president. And the only reason I was asking that question is to provide from DeLon some level of transparency. Because when you want to commit to other people, they should begin to show some level of transparency. That's all. That's all. Tomorrow evening, if that result if that result comes out, I will come with additional information here and begin to show it to you guys. This is pure wrong. This is pure wrong. I mean, look at what Mr. Weah is doing in the country. If you call yourself a sedition, is it because it's okay for you, so the other rest of the people should not feel good? No. Mr. Weah need to understand his wrong. Just how you praising him, that how he should be able to accept what he's doing wrong. So let the election be a lesson learned for him. The people of Masorado County, you cannot mess with them. When you enter Texas, the state of Texas in America, depending on where you enter that state, they will say, do not mess with Texas. Because the guy in Texas don't play. So don't mess with the people of Masorado County, Mr. President. That is one of the well-inclined in terms of this level of Liberians in the different part of the county. Masorado County is the county that you got more Irish people who think every day to make better decisions. They may not be compared to other countries, but they are getting there. You can fool the people all the time. You can fool the people all the time. So don't mess with the people of Masorado County. They will ruin you. They will embarrass you. So next, just start giving that thing. Just start giving the result up there. All right? There's nothing wrong with dancing the zombie dance, but how many people on empty stomach will be dancing the zombie dance? All right? When the people are happy, then you can dance the zombie dance. But not when the people are hungry, then you want to dance zombie dance. No. The president has not been down to earth with the community. He has not been down to earth. He has not been engaged in community communication. Now has he informed his people to engage the community. Go in any community now and ask the people. You know how I felt when I saw that woman I told you guys who always follow me here on my show? That lady went. It was a guy who was campaigning. He went, he asked that lady, how do you feel about this government? I look at that lady. She looked in that gentleman's face. And then she bent her head down. And after a few seconds, she lifted her head back up. And then she said, somebody said, DeLon with all, let me see what the person say here. DeLon with all what he's saying, be mindful. I ain't going to go to that place there. So this lady, she bent her head down. And then she lifted her head. And then she told the guy, she said, you see the human being physical appearance? It can be convincing sometimes. But what is in the heart of the person is what will determine what that person is. And the guy said to her, what do you mean? She said, oh, people in the government there, they came to us looking all neat and nice to us. And we thought they were going to help us after we gave our vote to them. But they turned against us. They turned against us. That was that woman. That thing stuck with me that whole time, even up to today. Because these are people who decided to say, you know what, we will make the man president. His mom was a market woman. He is telling us story that we ourselves live through. There's some things that we feel that we did too. But the man just got up now and just turned against everyone. Every one of you guys listen to me here. In some way, shape, and form, the government has affected you in some shape and form, in some of the decision. Take, for example, the dual citizenship. Don't you think your uncle, your brother, will want to work in government? Don't you think your uncle, your aunt was one time a sedition, believed in the party? And what they did, they turned against them. So in every shape and form, something the government has done, it has affected you in some ways. So when the people come out to speak, please let their voices be heard. Let their voices be heard. So I'm asking NEC right now to put up the schedule, the tally. Let them start putting the tally up. This man is in the league. Let the people who voted for him appreciate their result. So you'll tell the president. All right? You'll go tell the president to tell NEC to start putting up the result. People all around the world. Let him start putting up the result. But the president, 3 years, have been a total disaster for the people of Liberia. Completely left the people out of his circle. When do you see around, anytime you see the president going somewhere, don't put around that the only people then that the president enjoys. It's wrong. It's wrong. You are president of the Republic of Liberia and not president for sedition. You can quit the presidency and be president for them. Like in Ghana, they got the Shanti people there, they got the king there, only for the Shanti people there, not for Ghana. So you can do it the CDC way. That one will be okay. But you cannot say you're president of the country and took an oath and not even engage in the people. I mean, look at the kind of thing. That school building, or that one thing. I mean, if you don't process the thing, please try to process it. How can a school building be sitting down somewhere over all the years, only a few weeks to election day, then you visit the school and say you face the school. Then you think the people don't know all the tricks that, oh, when it's time for election, then they start to put fail late on some things. Then right after election, they forget about us. These people are catching up now, especially the people in Mosolado County, Mr. President. You should have faced that school building a long time. When you were trying to put the new structure up, you should have included that thing on your list. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that, Mr. President. I know tonight I've been very hard on you and sedition, but that's the truth. Yes, you know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Free and free. So you got to accept the truth. Many times I have people walk up to me and criticize me, and I take it because I want to better myself. And I'm sure many of you guys have taken some criticism, whether it's negative criticism, positive criticism, depending on how you handle it, it meant something to you. So you cannot have a party, you cannot have a government that want to put themselves in an exempt situation, that we are exempted from, we are exempt from criticism. We are exempt as a party from criticizing people. For people criticizing you. No, you can't do that. If you criticize somebody, you should expect them to criticize you too. They put that man in a bubble that he shouldn't be touched with any words. But he's president of the country. He should accept criticism. So, Mr. Weir, if you don't do the right thing, I will come back here again and again and again. So this week, you need to come out and apologize to the people of Liberia. Since you became president, the people voted you in office, you never visited the counties to tell the people thank you. Even Trump did his part. Went to other states and told the people thank you. Since you became president, you never went to a different country to tell the people thank you. When people are hurting in a country, you need to get up and speak. You know how many people emotion that you take up all the time when you're not speaking? I don't blame Mr. Barker. In as much I don't favor him too many times on so many things. When he spoke on his birthday that you are not engaging things that happen in the country, I gotta give it to Joe Barker. He was right. Joe Barker was right. Because as a leader, you should speak on things. Who are those people that are telling you that you shouldn't speak? For Auditor that says something. Just come on and say, look, these people were civil servants of this country. Whatever happened to them, I'm calling on the investigation to head of the investigation team to try to get a closure to this case. You even took that step. That step was not even taken by you to address these things. That was very bad on your part. These people were public servants for Jesus Christ's sake. Say something. There's a cartoon they watch. I usually watch it called Mowgli. Mowgli do something. Mowgli do something. It's on Toon. I think Toon Network or Cartoon Network, something like that. Mowgli do something. Whenever they got Bosman intro, they call Mowgli. Mowgli do something. So Mowgli, we are do something and speak. For Jesus Christ's sake. You can't keep quiet on things. You can't keep quiet on things. It's wrong. So I'll call Mowgli. Mowgli do something. You go watch, or how they call it, Looney Tune. Yeah, it's on Looney Tune. And you know the auntie mom, then the guy Mowgli. Whenever the bad guy is singing down in the water, you call the little dog. Mowgli do something. Mowgli do something. When people are hurting, Mowgli, we are do something. Do something. Somebody say the three boys. Do something. Speak. Liberians love to talk. So we love a leader that can talk back to us. The country is exposed now. From Morocco all the way to Zimbabwe. From the United States to Ukraine. Everywhere Liberians are, we love our country. And we love to hear from our leader. When things happen, you got to speak, Mr. President. If you don't speak, I will come and speak for you here, and you will not like it. Because I will tell you that you are very selfish, and you got to get all of that selfish more. You can write me to the last degree to where you want to write me. I don't give a damn. You were born in Liberia. I was born in Liberia. You went to Europe. People respected you there. People that call you monkeys, they were penalized. When people in your country that you call yourself a leader, when something happened to them, you should get up and speak about it. The people in Europe protected you when people are throwing banana at you. Now in your own country, when other people become victims under your leadership, you must also be there for them. All right? It's not going to sit down in the fucking cross church and not speaking on things. No. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. You are the leader of this country. I hope this election here, no matter the little seat you will win, your new turning point now is to engage the community. Be more communicable. All right? Be able to engage the community. 2, be able to accept criticism. Criticism will not break your skin. You play football, people were calling you monkey. They throw banana at you. Today you stay strong. It didn't do nothing to you. So as a leader, accept the same thing too. I know this thing is very hard for you to accept. But if nobody had told you this, I'm the only person telling you now. Because you know why? I love you. I have put my character on the line for you. But there are things that my professional ethic will not accept from your behavior. And remember, I don't hate you, but I hate the things that you're doing. It is the things that you are doing that why many Liberians don't support you right now. They don't hate you, they love you. If they see you in a gutter, they will extend their hand and lift you up. But it is the things that you're doing and the people that tell you to do these things, that's why Liberian people are so mad at you. Liberian people are one of the most forgiving people. Look at the government today. People that kill people, people went online and supported them and put them in power. The people voted for you. They did everything for you. Now you're making a point now to even consider Ellen Johnson Sirleaf more than you. That is nothing but a complete embarrassment and shame to take Ellen, all right, to take Ellen and say, yeah, Ellen drinking for us here. That thing that hurting me today. It's wrong. It's flat wrong. So let the election be a lesson learned for you. Let this election, because if you don't change, Mr. President, you'll be a one-term president. And for any reason you refuse to move, we will come over there. They have a little thing on Facebook where you get Donald Trump moving with office day. That's how we do you. Foreign affairs will just bring you down. Because you yourself is doing it. If nobody will come on today, tomorrow to tell you the truth, I will be the one telling you the truth here, Josh William. You got to get rid of that selfish behavior. And those that feeding you with that selfish behavior, you got to tell them to quit it. Look in their faces tomorrow morning and tell them, say, I want you to tell me why you don't like about me. And be sincere to yourself. Kiss that Bible and tell them. Thank you very much. Let people be sincere to you and tell you the truth. That's the only way you improve. And try to listen to people out here. People out here that are talking to you. Try to listen. They got causing people mind every day. He wasn't causing people mind before. He was a guy who used to support you. But your behavior is the one that got him like that. So technically, you are the one who made that man to be like that. Let's be honest here. That man that always causing people mind. I never saw him causing people mind like the way he had done so far. But after he invested in you and you turn, and you made it that today. So you made that man that. You need to apologize to him. Because he had not done anything to him to make him mad. I don't think he would have turned that way. I know he too need to apologize to you for using all kind of nasty words on you, especially on your mom. But you are the one that triggered those things to happen. You are the one. He may be wrong, but it was because of how you conducted yourself. I look at God and Obey. The man came up and talk and explain all kinds of story. How he invested in the party. And in the end, you just turn around and turn on him. And the man told his story. So even pick up the phone and call the man and say, look, Chief, I hear you. Let me talk to you. You let people just talk until their ankle go down. All right? Somebody say, I remember this guy blacking me for saying the truth. Look, Mr. Cody Clawia, let me tell you. I don't just speak because I want to speak. All right? As an engineer, we observe processes. By you saying the truth one day does not justify that you say the truth all the time. All right? So you calling Alexander Clark Collins here. Let me ask you the question here. Have you looked in the face of any of your political leader, anybody that you cherish, and say, if you don't do the right thing, I will come by and criticize you? I'm the only Liberian right now. I'm the only Liberian on Facebook who will look in Joe Weah's face and say Joe Weah is wrong. And here are some of the things I'm going to say here. One, when I see Joe Boga lifting his hand up, taking Mr. Brandon Sameka, Joe Boga lifting his hand up, Joe Boga will run for doing that. He will run for doing that. There are more young Lofians that can run for senatorial position from Lofa County. Because Brandon Sameka got some corruption flaw on his hand. On his hands. When I see Alexander coming taking photo with God Musa Beredi, I'm not happy about that too. I'm not happy about that. Because coming say we can keep doing the same thing over and over, but God Musa Beredi that FIFA had gotten rid of, coming should have a distance away from that guy. It's the same way when I see Mr. Weir lifting a hand or Alexander Cummings. How many of you guys will say those things? So you gotta be careful when y'all come on my show here. I don't favor anybody. It's just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. So I'm the only sedition and I'm the only Liberian who look in anybody's face because you know what? I am qualified to push cartoon in America. And I'm proud of it. So that will not make me to embarrass myself. That my children and your children will judge the decision that are being made today in the future to say, how can you guys do this kind of thing like this? No. Somebody say, you're not spoiled. I will show here, please. No, I mean, I don't know who you're referring to, but we must learn to say the truth to everybody. All right? We must learn to say, somebody say, well, Classic D need to come here. Look, I ain't going to mention that many here. Let's keep making progress here. Let's keep making progress here. Now your Classic D thing you're talking about there. Like I always say, if I tell that story here, if I tell the entire story here, some of the people that you see that criticizing other people, when I tell the whole story, some of them will turn their show off. They will not come on Facebook anymore. But we'll keep that one. That's what we call the sacrifice. All right, the great sacrifice. That's why I look at the whole thing today as an intelligent person. I just decided to walk away. I know they try to distract, but I just want to tell them. You know, Liberian people, we learn from high example. You know, I just try to walk away. That's one of the reasons why I just withdrew myself. Because when you see trouble coming, you got to de-escalate the trouble. Yes, all right? So let me progress here. So again, the president needs to be able to rebalance himself. You must rebalance yourself, Mr. Weir. Rebalance yourself. These guys will take you down to the lowest pit of your year. The president not even popular anymore. In the football world, people don't talk about him because he's a politician now. He's screwing all things in Liberia. He's not delivering things. He's very, very... I mean, there's nowhere now the president is popular right now. Tell me where. I listened to the result today from... How do you call it? From Nukutan area there. The man is a crew man. But they don't win in his own area. So you just tell him, like I said, one, get rid of that selfish way. Two, become more engaged with the community. Three, he must learn to accept criticism. And that's what we'll be doing here every day. Every time I come here, I will try to criticize him every day. If the president loves what he does, he will be very open to criticism. Because as a leader, you should tell your people that it's good to criticize. And nobody should hate anyone for criticizing. Criticism is not an insult. It's another way to address things that are not going right. It can be a leader, a public servant, and don't want to take criticism. That's wrong. If the president has not gone to leadership class, well, we can offer him one here. I can offer him one. All right? I started leadership here when I was in school, right here. Leadership. I took the course here almost, 10 years ago. I still kept the book. So if he needs leadership class, I can come and help him out. All right? They ran a very poor campaign. Let me drink some water here. They ran a very poor campaign. The whole T5 team ran a very poor campaign. Thomas Fala is claiming to be a 3-time veteran in the Liberian politics. He wasn't able to go out there to convince the Liberian people on the deliverable of himself and the government. The 3-year record. Every time you see Thomas Fala in the community, he's shaking hands. They got no strategy of people. No strategy. All the day you saw him. Did you see him standing in front of a town hall of people? I mean, in a town hall before a crowd of people and telling them, look, this is what we're doing. What message did Thomas Fala give for the older population in terms of community centers, healthcare? What type of hope in the message if he ever gave one? that he gave to the younger people in the country? Nothing. Look at all dancing in circle. What did he do for them? Nothing. Nothing. So he never had no message. There are 3 voters in every election. One group will vote for you no matter what. The second group are people who will sway either way depending on how you treat them. And we call them swing voters or independent voters. A political party member can become an independent voter if you don't try to do things that at least they voted for you for. 3 is the direct opposite of the first one. There are others who will tell you we're not voting for you no matter what. There are many Seditians who are angry with George Weah, and they never appeal to those people. And are the same people. Who majority of them did not vote today for Thomas Fowler. Because the party failed to reach out to these people and talk to them. All right? The party failed to reach out to those people. So the lesson learned here now is how can CDC bounce back? Because they got a bigger battle. If they don't win the war today, the battle continue. But if they don't win the other battle again in 2023, that is the question that CDC need to be thinking about right now. Because I think the battle, and I say this, I think the battle is over. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here. CDC failed for 3 years. And they are unpopular. The government is also unpopular. If they were 2014, Joe Weah versus Robert Sedi, they think were over a long time. But the fact that they don't keep winning in every little district that number will come our way, they need to go put that thing up right now. They will not be facing anything over there. Yes. The president made too many mistakes. He made too many mistakes. The change for hope that he talked about, he's burned that whole thing out and brought in his own thing. It was a complete, what I would say there, he misled the people. Let's put it this way. He misled the people. He misled the people. And that was wrong. Mr. Weah misled the people by bringing in God a Tyler 10 years away from the people. I mean, think about this, guys. Which one of you guys right now listen to me that will bring young people together who believe in you? And then the moment you become president, you close door to everyone. And one thing the president forgot to know, the diasporans are very strong. Look what he did. Do you think Chairman Azerbaijan Tokwa should be running in an election against his own party? Because there were some people who were around the president. All right? That just continue to mislead the president with all kinds of things. And they will come here and still want to show that they love this man by lying to him all the time. We can live like this, folks. If we claim that Liberia was founded on a Christian principle, then we must be able to tell people the truth. The Bible says, yes, you know the truth, and the truth will set you free. We can't keep lying to the president all the time. We can't keep faking things to the president. We can't keep praising him. Every day that comes, the president is doing well. Every day that comes, Mr. Weah, everything is fine. When will something be bad? When will something be bad? Is that how you were brought up in your life? Just to be giving somebody false impression? Well, now one day come here and say, no, I don't think the one is right. I don't think the one is right today. Which one of you ever disagree with the president? From partisan to government official. Which one of you guys? Which one of you guys in the government today that is brave to look in the face of the president and say, Mr. President, you're wrong today? He's not going to do nothing to you. Make yourself proud one day that when you leave that president present and walk away and say, yes, at least I said something to him today. At least I said something to him today. And let the president walk away and say, yes, I have long been seeing praises. Mr. President, you think everybody will praise you every day? And you want to believe that they love you? Every time they're praising you, they are making fool out of you, my friend. They are making fool out of you. Look at what Obama said a few days about defunding the police. The progressive Democrat came and went after Obama. But they are the same people in the same party. But they have different view on things. Joe Biden get us say, we must have people who must be willing to tell you the truth. Joe Biden said it. You must be willing to have people who will tell you the truth. Let me see what I got here. Play that one for you guys here again. Where's my speaker here? Where is it? Where is Joe Biden here, my people? Let me find it here. I hope it's only one here. Listen to Joe Biden here, folks.
He wants someone next to him to fill the kind of roles he had for Barack Obama.
You have to be willing to have someone with you who will tell you the truth that they think you're wrong.
You hear that? You hear that? That's Uncle Joe. Let me play for you guys one more time again. Let me play for you guys one more time.
The kind of roles he had for Barack Obama.
You have to be willing to have someone with you who will tell you the truth that they think you're wrong.
Okay?
The kind of roles he had for Barack Obama.
You have to be willing to have someone with you who will tell you the truth that they think you're wrong.
Can anybody tell Joe we are that one? You have to be willing to have someone who will tell you the truth if they see the wrong. And tell you the truth if they see the right thing. That is what we call transparent leadership. Every day you're getting around that person, everything is okay. How you will make the president stronger? How you will teach the president how to be a very strong person? Leaders should have people who must challenge him or her. Mr. President should tell people, say, you challenge me. Where am I going wrong? The leadership is not about self-centeredness. It's about being open. Sit down across the table and say from my left to my right, you tell me what's wrong with me here. What am I doing wrong here? Why are we losing like this? Why are we not getting the people favor anymore? You tell me, what am I doing? They lie to the man every day. Now they're so embarrassed now. Look, my friend, to make yourself to be a proud human being on the face of the planet. To make the Father up there, to make God proud, is to say the truth. When you lie every day, you're not making God proud. Because as a child of God, He expects you to be truthful to things. And that's one of the reasons why I'm always sitting here and speaking to you guys. You must learn to say the truth. Every time you say the truth, God smiles upstairs. Every time you lie, God is unhappy with you. So those of you around the president that are giving the president false hope, misinformation, God is not happy with you guys. And as a president, you need to get out of that corner of yours. Whatever you're going through, the Liberian people want to hear you all the time. Most especially when something happens. You need to come out and speak. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what we are, yeah? That's what we are, folks. That's what we are. That's what we are. So again, I would like to say a big thank you to you guys. A big thank you for your opportunity, for giving me the opportunity to come here. But we hope that tomorrow the result will be up. And I want to see the concession speech. Because this man did his best. And you gave him what he deserved. Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, Mr. William. And go back on the drawing board. And go and rebalance yourself. Don't change anything. It's what it is. Don't change anything. The people already know. Don't change anything. Accept it. Take it as a loss and go back and recalibrate. The little seed that you win, try to bring the people together and work hard on it. That's all it takes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you to every one of you guys. Thank you so much. And I will start playing my little music here and enjoy myself. All right? So, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me listen to some of my music. And that will be all right here. All right? So, I see you. I'm done. I'm done. I can't listen to my little music.
Salamu alaikum Jamalu. Salamu alaikum Manim Valu. Ala mo besaba ma. Ala mo jusola ji. Ganta komini ala tame abwala. Ala fanga di magma. Ese kuma mo bawiya aya ibesi mo ko kaju kele. Ala ju kele. Mo ko kwita to misila bina ali nyala. Ala kani kono fi ko bicha na kila mulu.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is J. Randy here. Welcome. This is a special edition broadcast here. So let me say good evening to you. Our society in post-war Liberia is growing with all direction, and it will be very disingenuous for some of us who believe that you deserve to hear some of the behavior that come out of our country. I know there are many people on Facebook who are always entertaining you guys. They miss out on the main issue, and they only give you guys political entertainment, economic entertainment, and other entertainment. But for me, I always deem it necessary when I see the wrong thing going on, or when I see the right time of something that I need to talk about, I will come on the show to tell you. So today, I'm going to give you a historical timeline on the issue of customary land right. And today, many of you guys are watch and listen to this gentleman here called Mike Jabate. We are going to listen to his complaint. We are going to listen to what he has said, but on this show, we're going to listen to what he is going to say, and we're going to make analysis on some of the things he said. Where is he right? Where is he wrong? And why is he right and why he's wrong? And then after that, we also have a presentation for you. Yes. I have a PowerPoint presentation for you here. Let me see, where is the PowerPoint presentation? So here, I'm going to open the first PowerPoint presentation here for you. So here, we have a PowerPoint presentation here. That's a PowerPoint presentation over there. Policy recommendation for the land reform. And I'll be telling you who is wrong. See, Liberia is a very interesting country. The white people leave from here, they travel to Liberia. They put things together for us, but we don't care to implement it. So we'll be discussing those things tonight. I'm not here to force anybody to listen. I just want you to understand my point, that I'm not as illiterate as many Liberians are. So when I see the wrong, I will come and tell you, and I will provide you with evidence, so that when I say my things, you can go to understand me. Another thing we're also going to be looking at here too is this. All right? You see right here? Let me see if I can get this thing for you here. Okay. I'm trying to get you something here. Hold on. All right. So we'll go through the other PowerPoint presentation here. All right. Let me see if I can blow this up for you. Okay. So the second PowerPoint presentation we'll be looking at, we had the policy. But we're going to also look at the PowerPoint presentation that talk about the community should know about land reform right law. All right. And then the last one we'll look at will be this one right here. All right, we'll try to look at that one here. Somebody said no audio. What? No audio? What do you mean no audio? Hold on, let me see something. Hold on. Tommy, you sure no audio? Let me see something here. Guys, can you guys hear me over there? No audio? Let me see here. No, Tommy, I think it is your earpiece. Take that thing from your ear, my brother. 'Cause I'm hearing myself here right now. All right, I'm hearing myself here. And that's it. Oh, you know what Tommy is up to? Tommy is thinking that this is not a live broadcast. I know. I got it, Tommy. I got it, Tommy. You see, Tommy is trying to trick me. He thinks that I'm not alive. Maybe this is a podcast. Man, Tommy, please, man. All right, guys. Just put in my body leg. Oh, I got everybody saying I got audio here. So let's get to the real thing here, all right? So, but thank you guys so much and please share the video. I will try to take at least 45 minutes of your time tonight for us to discuss this issue. And let me say a big thank you to everyone who acknowledged it here. I see a lot of good friends here tonight, good brother. My two brothers are here tonight, and my cousin, my friends, and everyone is here tonight. And I'm going to do the best I can. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity. So today we're going to look at, and I want you to take a look at the topic. I'm telling you that Mr. Weir is to be blamed for the issue of the land dispute in Nima County. Don't take my word for it right now. Please hold your horses until I'm done with this thing here. All right. So Tommy, please join me. You'll share the video. I see the number is going up. And I see Thomas Gay here. Yeah, Thomas Gay said they all can hear me. That's good. So let's go back to the video. I want us to go through the interview with Mike Jabate. Let's go through the interview with Mike Jabate. And the purpose of this interview with Mike Jabate, it has to do with an issue. When you have a problem or when you have any issue, how do you handle that issue? What approach do you take? So tonight we're going to look at Mike Jabate and issue he's put forward today. What are the pros? What are the cons? And what lesson can we learn from that? And what are some of the recommendations in terms of what he said right and what he said wrong, and how should that be handled? Once we grab the concept of Mike Jabate discussion, then we'll go back now into the PowerPoint presentation that I have for you with that in mind of what Mike Jabate said. And then we'll start to look at some important information. And who are those that are supposed to be held accountable in regards to why Mike Jabate is behaving the way he's behaving. There is nothing wrong with Mike Jabate coming out to express some disagreement or some disgruntled behavior or crasses. But what is not so good about what he did is the way he presented the case. You can have a better case, but the presentation of the case can destroy you in a few seconds. So let's go back and we're going to analyze it. I'm not going to let it play because of time, all right? So we'll be analyzing it. as we go along. So let's start the ball rolling, not to waste your time here, all right? All right. So this is Mike Jabate, the guy you see in the military uniform here. And from the issue so far that we understood, there have been a land dispute in Nima County. And for your own information's sake, let me just turn the thing around so you can look in my face. Land dispute is not only unique to Liberia. Land dispute is all across Africa. We are seeing people in Kenya took machete and chop each other up. We know that part of the civil crisis in Liberia, it was also connected to land right or land ownership. And I want you to understand that that problem, it was being solved during the early administration, and it will hand over to George Weah administration. So why are we here? So as we go through my Jabate explanation, I will be adding some of my input. So let's start the ball rolling here. No time, guys. Let's start the ball rolling here. So my Jabate is about to speak. My Jabate is the guy in the military uniform. This guy, he claimed to be some type of ex-rebel from the Unimo J. I think we talked about Unimo J, Unimo K yesterday. So the Unimo K actually was for the how do you call it, for the Mandingo people, and the Unimo J was for the Crown people. The K stand for Alhaji Cloman, and the J stand for Roosevelt Johnson. So the Unimo K was for the Mandingo people during the 1990 war, and the Unimo J was for the Crown people, because their leader at that time, Alhaji G.V. Cloman, the first letter of his last name started with K, so it was like Unimo Cloman, and then for the Crown, Roosevelt Johnson, it was Roosevelt Johnson, which was Unimo J. So that is just something that I want you to keep in mind as you listen to these guys, all right? So let me progress.
And I want to take this time today to inform the public concerning the land dispute in Nima County. And something is about to happen in Ganta, Nima County. And I hope that President George Weah is listening to me. I hope the political leaders in this country are listening to me. I hope the stakeholders in this country are listening to me. Ordinary citizens of this country, I hope they are listening to me.
So let me hold you guys right there, all right? So Mark just said something is about to happen, but he very unclear and not specific about what is about to happen. Do you know what is about to happen? Well, you don't know because he didn't tell you, right? So as part of your information gathering process, he just said something is about to happen. But he's calling on the government, he's calling on civil society, he's calling on other people. But he's not telling us what is about to happen. So he's keeping us in suspense. So let's see how he's going to present this, something that is going to happen. It is an unknown factor. We don't know what that factor is. He's telling us that something is about to happen. So I just want you to keep that in mind. So we don't know what's about to happen. But Mike Jabate is telling us that something is about to happen, and he's calling on the authority.
Something is about to happen. You know, yesterday, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, Francis Popo, who are described as criminals, is the one behind the land dispute in Nima County. Our people have been marginalized the past 14 years since the Civil War is over. ECOWAS came in, they gave huge amount of money to resettle our people. We don't know how the money, who ate that money. By the end, there were people, they are occupying the Mandingo people land in Nima County.
Okay, so let's stop it right there. So something is about to happen, and then the next phase of the explanation, he blamed one of the justices by the name of Francis Kopo. But who is Francis Kopo? We don't know who he is for now. But what we do know is that he's saying that Mr. Kopo, or Councillor Kopo, or Chief Justice Kopo, or Justice Kopo, I don't know how they try to go. According to Mike Jabate, he is responsible for the issue or the unknown or whatever is about to happen. And then he further went on to say, ECOWAS spent some money and other international donors and partners of Liberia spent some money to settle the issue of land dispute. Not just in Nima County, but because it's so specific, so he didn't say. But it was a national land issue that they wanted to settle. And he's right. I will give it to him on that one. Because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in 2014 worked with the international community. And the PowerPoint I'm going to show you, you're going to see the timeline. After the war, there were many things that, when the war came to Liberia, the Civil War, the late Jerry Roddy and many other African leaders and Europeans, Americans decided to understand actually what happened in Liberia. And I went from one summit to another. Every warring faction leader and high core or Liberian representation, they were at the various tables telling the international partners why they went to war. Some people came and say, oh, because we don't have land, our land has been taken away from us. Some people say the Congo people are better than the Crown people are better than the other people. And we went to war. So after everyone complained about why we went to war, one by one, the international community started to address the issue that took us to war and put together a document. And that document was given to Liberia, and there was an autonomous agency called the Good Governance. And that good governance supposed to have worked with the government of Liberia to begin to put in place things that will not take us back to where we stopped and went to war. Have we done so? We haven't done so. Somebody said, you just lied too much. Who is this guy? See, some guys will just come and don't understand what you say and just say, you lie. So my friend, we don't tolerate emotion here. And because we don't tolerate emotion here, I'm sorry, you're not going to end the show. All right? So you have to go, my friend. Yes. You have to go, my friend. You have to go. When someone is speaking, it's not because your household, Mr. Mike, for you to get up, the person lied at that. No. You rather say, what you saying, can you provide more detail? You just lied at that. It don't happen on the show here, my friend. It don't happen on the show. If you can say that to people in your community, in your family, is that how you approach things? I don't do that here. So goodbye to you, my friend. I don't like blacking people, but this time I have to black that guy. When you disagree with people, you don't put your emotion. No. Listen and understand what I'm trying to tell you. So he's gone. And let there be a warning to everyone. If you think you're going to bring your emotion here rather than your own understanding, you will be black. Because I don't usually have 27 people watching me. Maximum is 10 people. If I get beyond 10, then I know those who come in, they are not the ones who are the usual suspect on my show. All right? And then you'll be black. So listen and pay attention. So we went to war and everything was explained. And part of the reason we went to war was due to land dispute. So Ellen Johnson studied during her tenure, asked Musa Beredi, because there was another land issue that took place during the Ellen administration time. She sent Musa Beredi to go and settle the land dispute. And Musa Beredi came back and told Ellen that the issue had been resolved. But before Ellen left office, the Land Reform Act was, somebody said, Randy, you need to calm down and have some patience. No, Tommy. Who's this? Who's this? Not Tommy here. Who's this? No, Lofa Julius. Lofa Julius. Liberians are not intelligent. If I were talking to a group of white people here, I would calm down. Because you know why? The white men, from the day they enter school, they have been taught to listen more and ask questions professionally. You live in America here, Julius. Now, one day, have you sat in any conversation with a white guy or group of white children, and while you explaining things, they will just get on and say, you lie. Because that's not the culture. And that's the culture I live in. And most of you guys that live in Liberia, I live in America, they are not willing to change. Liberians in America are not willing to change. Julia, I'm sorry. I can't tolerate them. I can't tolerate them. They react on their emotions, and I'm not going to tolerate that. Think about what I just told you. You live in this country and interact with different international and other people. They will not walk up to you and just tell you, say, you lie. So if Liberians here are not willing to adapt to the culture here, I'm not going to tolerate that behavior. I'm not going to change Liberians. I'm only going to educate them. So I will not take that. There must be a discipline in our country, Julius. They took my professionalism. See where it came in our country? There are a lot of people who have been very tolerant with Liberian behavior, but the Liberians themselves are not willing to change. And that tells me that Liberians don't need professional people. You see the guy they call Prophet Key? He calls people man all day. And he got thousands of people listening to him. And do you think those people will come here and exhibit some form of professionalism? No. That's why I don't ask anybody to come on my show only by your own willingness. So let me put that into context. The country is destroyed. And I'm the one that's going to fix it. I'm only going to be the one to provide some constructive criticism, some subjective or suggestion to you guys that want to listen. That's J. Randy. I've been in Liberian politics, Julia, for 11 years and counting. Nothing has changed. The professionalism will not change it. Sometimes you got to nip it in the butt. All right? You can't keep rewarding the behavior. People got to learn. The next time he come back, or any show you go on, he will think before he write anything, because he will be of the mind that if I say something wrong, I could get black. Blacking people is not that you disagree with them, but you letting them know that there is some protocol that must be put in place to have a conversation. Think about what I just told you. Which American group of professional you will be seeing, and somebody get and tell you that lie. No, I don't tolerate that here. That's me, my show, and my rules. Period. All right? So let me progress here. Now, so Musa Beredi came to Ellen and said he has investigated the issue. But was that investigation followed by any sort of plan that would have sustained the process? I don't know. But what I do know is what Mike Jabate is saying here now. So yes, Mike Jabate is right that there have been some intervention of international partners to resolve the land issue. And as we go through the PowerPoint presentation, you will see the timeline of what were done in the past. But why are we here listening to Mike Jabate presenting the case? What went wrong? Is it the development of the draft? Is it connected to the land rep bill? Is it connected to the implementation? Is it connected to the community not understanding the process? I'm here to give you those information. So let's listen to Mike Jabate, because Mike Jabate is presenting a case here. We want to see the good, the bad, and the not so good. All right? So let's go to Mike. All right? Let's go to Mike here.
So yesterday, there's a guy they call Swa. And this guy is involved in criminal activity in Lima County. He went, we filed a court order, we filed a ruling for the court. He went and paid somebody, police guys, they went and demolished, they carried on, and they destroyed the home. So
first of all, Mike Jabate is speaking. He is speaking without any precondition. One, he accused the Chief Justice. And look, I'm not here to defend the government. I ain't got a damn about the government. What I want you to understand here is what I call protocol. He's telling us a story. He accused the Chief Justice of being part of what happened or continued to happen in the county. He accusing the man. All right? He accusing the man. Number two, He just accused another guy as having connection to the police. I think in a situation, there hasn't been any proper investigation. Mike's source or sources he presented in his conversation, I think to put him in a better position is to use the word allege or alleged. I am allegedly hearing that Chief Justice Kopo is part of this. And I also hearing from an unconfirmed source or sources that this other guy called Police Days is connected with the police. But when you come straight like that and say, Kopo is part of this man is part of this, I hope you got enough evidence that put you in a position and before you start seeing those things. You and I know in this country, you can just make such a statement like that. You can just make such a statement like that. Lofa Judah will come on later. Let me flow with it, Lofa Judah. We got a little time to go, all right? Let me just flow with it. Okay? A lot of things come here. We got a PowerPoint presentation on Lofa Judah. You got to absorb all the material before I talk to you. So just hold your horses, brother. So let me progress here.
Some Mandingo people in Ganta and Nimakan yesterday, they broke over 15 homes. Now most of our people are displaced in Ganta and Nimakan. Then this morning again, there was a tension in Nima. But who is the cause of this problem? It's the Chief Justice of the Popular Bureau.
Now, hold on there. If my Jabater just told you that there were international partners who contributed to ensuring that the issue of land disputes or land conflict in Liberia should have been to where it is today, and when they come out and say Francis Kopo is this primary or direct cause, then now he asking the question, who is behind this thing? It make it a little bit confusing, but we got to unpack those things. We need to unpack them, and he will be the one to unpack it for us. So you can accuse somebody and then you come back and say, but what's going on? We need to unpack it. But he's going to do the one that will carry on the unpacking.
Because Francis Kopo is a man of man. And most of the judges in Nima.
Now, you see how the thing is on a slippery slope now? It's on a slippery slope. He had injected tribalism into this thing. And you and I know that tribalism is the primary reason that took us to war, if you ask me. And should we be engaging in such a conversation? I don't think so. The Nibadians and the Mandingos, the Gio and the Mano, the Gio, the Mano, and I don't really like to talk about it, tribalism thing here. Because here's the thing here, all right? Here's the funny thing about me. Che Rennie, you're looking at here, was born in Yukepa when my father was working with Lamco. Che Rennie is from River G. But Che Rennie lived all his youth life in Morovia. That's why I don't like to talk about those things there. But it is Mark that is saying it, and I just want to pause for you guys to understand. He's now injecting the case and attaching it to tribalism. That Francis Kopo is a man of man, and he's doing what is going on, but he's not giving you any proof. Do you think up to now, what you are listening to from Majapate, do you think he heading in the right direction in making his case? If you ask me, I don't think so. I don't think so because Mike is not providing you or me with any sufficient evidence that Kopo is indeed what we call the spot-on suspect who is engaged in this thing. The fact that he has no evidence, no physical evidence to show to you on this interview, even if he did, It still have to be verified. So what is he doing now? He's feeding the base that support him with high emotions. And he feeding that emotion now with tribalism, which is a very dangerous path that he want to take the country. Let's continue listening here.
Anti-Imano people. He used that occasion to appoint most of the judges in Nima County. So our people have been marginalized. But right, you take a 5 men from Cape Man and send a judge in Nima County. But you send Imano men or the Imano people are judges in Nima County. Do you expect Mandingo men to get right?
So you see what he's doing here now? He totally left his case and he now marginalizing the story. What is wrong with a man from Cape Man going to work in Nima County? What is wrong with you living in North Carolina going to work in South Carolina? What is wrong with me living Pennsylvania going to work in New York? Is it a problem? And does that mean that the people of New Jersey or the people of South Carolina or the people of whatever state you put yourself in to go work, does that mean that you're going to marginalize the people? And that's what Maja Bate is doing. So from the time Maja Bate brought in Francis Kopo, brought in the guy who liaison with the police, now he attaching Francis Kopo to his tribe. Now he accusing him of bringing people over here and there. Maja Bate is not making a case for you to understand. He's making a case for you to accept what he's telling you. I have nothing against Maja Bate, but I want for Mark to understand that the path he's taking to present his case is one of the dangerous paths that took 250,000 people or 200 or 250,000 people life away. And he should be very, very careful how he present his case. The people of Nimba, both, or let's say the Manu, the Gio, and the Adekoy, the Mandingo, they are all part and parcel of that county. By the way, my mom is partly Mandingo, if you don't know. Yes, that woman you see up there, she partly Mandingo. One of her brother came from Guinea. She used to speak Mandingo all the time. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Maja Bate is right, when Maja Bate is playing with something that have destroyed our past and we're going in from. There is a better way that you can present the case. So let me progress here. Let's listen to Mike here.
And we are calling on the Liberian National Police. We are calling on the government, the army, the citizens of this country. They are about to attack our people tonight. That's the news I want to break up. They are about to break the mosque, to burn the mosque tonight.
Okay, now, it might have already accused the Chief Justice. It might get saying the Chief Justice is sending people over there. Do you think he really should have said those things? You think he should have said, oh, the Chief Justice is sending people here, somebody brought the police, but they tell me you're calling the same police? What I think up to now, what Mark has said, this is what I think he should have said. We got a land dispute, and it had led to burning down of property. Thank God nobody left or taken. I think we want to call on the government, member of the Liberian civil society, and the international community that this is a crisis that is unfolding. We don't know the detail, but we are hearing allegedly that there are some hands behind this thing, and we hope that the government can get involved and leave it as that. But when you start to put people in the spotlight, accusing them, that means you already know the source. So you might as well just tell the government to go after these people to stop the crisis, because you already know who the sources are. But now he's calling for the government to go and intervene. Lesson learned. Think twice before you talk. Because the very case that is in your favor, if you don't think twice and start to talk more, you're going to see your case leaving your hands. So let's go here again. Let me progress here.
And some of the guys, ex-fighters, they are using police uniform now. They are using army uniform now. They are preparing. Then I said to myself, if a single Mandingo man is killed in Ganta, that means we will kill the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia.
Whoa! Guys, did you hear what the man just said? Emotion, emotion, emotion. Don't we all have that? Yes, many Liberians, including myself, we have that volcanic emotion in us. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, say, I don't have emotion. There are times that I own my emotion. But what set me aside is my ability to learn from how many times I have used my emotion in the wrong way. So up to today, I try to control it. I can de-escalate it by neutralizing the source, or I can remind myself to take a deep breath. Now, you tell me. And I will use America because I live in America here. There's no way that I will not tell you about America unless I was living in Great Britain. Then I would have no right. So I will use America. If you don't like it, go anywhere you want to go. Do you think what Maja Patel had just said, that if somebody died, we will go after the Chief Justice? If you say that in America here, to any official, what's going to happen to you? And nobody should tell me, oh, this is America here. And if this is America, then you go back to Liberia now. And then don't come on the show here. Because in order for us to make progress, we should be able to learn from other people. And the reason we learn from other people is because we are seeing how they handle things and how they also handle things for us. And what type of closure did we get or satisfaction did we get? Do you think what Maja Patel just said? What you think running through Maja Patel right now? He's a very high temperature individual who is talking with high level of emotion and the sense of reasoning in what he's saying is wrong. If Maja Patel listen to me today, I want you to listen to yourself again. And I want everyone who is in favor of Maja Patel, of what he said, I want you to listen to this. Again, I'm not saying that the people or the Mandingo don't have right. Nobody should burn anybody's house down, whether somebody is squatting on your land. Nobody got any right to do anything to any citizen of Liberia or resident of Liberia or however we call them. We must take things to the law. The people from the Mandingo tribe, they are Liberians. Even if they're not Liberians, we should treat them like human beings. So whoever did anything to the Mandingo people on my show, I want to condemn their behavior. And I want you to also do the same. But Maja Patel, in my own understanding up to now, after what I heard from him, he's not the guy to represent the case. He's making the case to be unfavorable to the Mandingo people rather than making the Mandingo people case to be very sympathetic to everyone, and people will put more time to call for a massive investigation. Maja Patel is making the case worse rather than making it presentable. You cannot just get her and say, if something happened to somebody, then we'll go and kill somebody. No. This is not X and Y function here. So he's in the wrong. He is in the wrong.
Because he is responsible for the land dispute in Nima County. If a single Mandingo man is killed in Nima County today, some of us will sacrifice our life. Because enough is enough. We have been marginalized. We have been marginalized. My energy inside keeps you fail to settle the land dispute in Nima County. It's still continuing. The Guilds and the Manos, Mandingo, we are being in peace. Why you think we have authority yet? We have the power, we have government. Why the government can intervene to solve some of the problem? But my major concern is today, if a single Mandingo man is killed in Nima County, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia will hold you responsible and you will never go free.
All right. So let me ask this hypothetical question. What if tomorrow morning a Mandingo man is found dead on the street? So Jabate is not going to call the authority to conduct any investigation, even autopsy, to determine the cause of death. So somebody will just get up and say, okay, let's go to Kobo Horse. Because what Majabate is saying, somebody can go and harm the enemy and do something wrong. Because Majabate already said, if somebody dies, then it will be the Chief Justice. So some nefarious person will just get up and go and do something bad to a Manico person. And then Majabate will go after the Chief Justice. Do you think that how we should talk? Do you think that how we should handle things? Do you think it makes sense? Are we a country that is growing in knowledge of how we should solve problems? Or are we digressing and making no progress as Liberian? You answer my question. And are we listening to the right talk show people? Are we listening to the right people to help us understand how we should handle things in terms of crisis? Are we listening to those things? But this is my job. This is the man that people brought and say you were part of the CDC party. We all commended him here. Is that how my job is going to represent the people? Do you think all the people who are affected, the Liberians that are affected, do you think my job represent them? I'm not going to say Majingo people here. No, I'm going to call them Liberians. Do you think the Liberians that my job is representing, do you think he's saying the right thing for them? No. He's wrong. He's wrong. All right? So let me progress here. And very soon I will be coming to that PowerPoint presentation.
Day is fine today. I'm in my military uniform. I'm in my military uniform today. I'm in my military uniform today. We are mobilizing our brothers and sisters. We are monitoring the situation in Nima, Ganta. We are monitoring the situation in Ganta, Nima, Ganta. Any attempt by any group of people to kill a single Madingo man, that means maybe ECOWAS or UN will come in because we are ready.
So then, earlier you heard him saying he wants the government to intervene with the military. You put forward a request. You still explain the situation, and now you're going to the second phase of saying that you're mobilizing people. And that's why you got a military uniform. So how can you call for a crisis intervention, and then you want to take the law in your own hand? Mark Jabate, if you listen to me, you are doing more harm to our people. When I mean our people, in your case, the Madingo people, which I'm not going to tolerate on the show here. Even though I started saying it, I'm not going to be divisive like you. They are all Liberians. They are just being affected by some misunderstanding. So I would not use the phrase Madingo people. I would say our people. But Mike, you're absolutely wrong here. You cannot present a case and discuss the issue, and then the solution to the problem, you calling on the government intervention as part of finding solution to the problem, and then you leaving that solution phase and going to taking the matter into your own hands. You're going to mobilize, you wear a military uniform, and if something happened to any Madingo person, as you said now, you're going to go after Kopo. Everything that you just said, Mike, is not helping our people in Nima County. It's wrong. It is absolutely wrong. Folks, you got a bigger platform. You need to begin to focus on conflict resolution, crisis management, and providing education for our people or to our people. See, Mike Jabate behavior stems from the fact that most of the guys who are on Facebook that got a bigger platform don't discuss some of the internal and conflict issue. Mike Jabate is taking an internal problem and want to turn it into an external problem. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. He's right. Ellen did her best, but she was not able to solve the problem because the issue of land dispute is so entrenched into our history. Yes, very, very entrenched. So he's wrong. All right, he's wrong. Let's see here. And let the boy roll here.
We are ready because we are not getting justice. If you can't get justice, you have to do something to defend yourself. Because the man who is the head of the Justice Department in this country, he's corrupt. He is the cause of the problem. President Papa is corrupt. He wants to bring problem in this country. So what do you expect if a Supreme Court cannot give us justice? What do you expect us to do? Do they want us to take AK-47 to put?
So let me ask you guys this question here. All right? Let me ask you guys a question. Take Mike Jabate face to face with Justice Kopo. And I want you to also help me to understand this thing. have you at any given time, whether it was last year, year before last, yesterday, do you have any knowledge whether my Jabate and some representation had gone to the Chief Justice or to the Temple of Justice to file a complaint about what has been happening or what is happening in the county now, and the Temple of Justice or the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia came down with a verdict or had not solved the problem? I'm asking this question because if he continued to accuse the Chief Justice, Justice Kapoor, what is running through my mind is, did he take any case to the Supreme Court along with some representation of the people he represents, the fraction of Liberians he represents, and that case is still sitting on the docket and there is no attention being given to it, or that case got a closure and the people he represents was not given the fair share of what they are going through today? I don't know these things. And I'm sure you and I would be very interested in knowing these things, because if Mr. Jabate is coming down now with a 100% verdict that say, oh, Kapoor is the cause, Kapoor is this, somebody died going after Kapoor, then Mr. Jabate decided to take the laws in his own hand because he had gone on what I would describe as the protocol and he didn't get what he wanted. Now he's being very defensive. So let's think about that. So the question is, had my Jabate gone out to the Supreme Court to present this case? And yes, what is the result? Let me progress here.
Protect ourselves. We are not going to do that. We are not going to do that. So we're calling on the president now to deploy AFL in Ganta. Now, today. Because something is about to happen there today. The president should deploy AFL, the Liberian National Police, now in Nema County. If anything goes wrong, we will hold First Papa responsible. We will hold this government responsible. Now they should deploy AFL. They should deploy AFL now.
So the AFL is just sitting down and doing nothing in Liberia, right? So in my Jabate mind, he want the AFL to be there. No. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Is that how things work? Is that how we should do things in Liberia? No. Is that how things works? You who live in America here, when people ready to mobilize to go to Iraq, they ready to mobilize to go somewhere to take care of some problem, they say, no. My Jabate is being used by his emotion. He's not understanding what's happening around him. And that's why we need to exercise these things. 1 minute he's calling for the president and the government to intervene. Another minute he's saying they're going to wear military jacket to go and defend themselves. So my Jabate is all over the map. He's all over the place. He doesn't have a GPS system to direct his ideas to make his case, which is very bad for the people he's trying to represent. And for the worst part, not the most part, he's demanding that the military show that no. So even if the guy is in another country or the military is on some type of project, oh, my Jabate said we should go. Well, because you're low, you go. It doesn't work that way, my Jabate. It doesn't work that way. And just to add some value to what, it doesn't work that way, the country is not decentralized. You see, one of the reasons why it is important to have this decentralization in the age we live today, if Liberians across the different counties were electing their superintendents, their mayor, police commissioner, this thing would have been handled easily. Everyone in Nema County will be able to vote for their own police director, this one, that one. So these are some of the external problems that we continue to experience because we are not putting in place internal decentralization leadership within each county. We'll talk about that one, and I think we have spoken about it so many times. So let's go back here. Just want to just bring that one to your attention.
Something is about to take place in Uganda. This is why across Spoon TV, let the world get to know the situation there. And most of our people came today for ration. They are here today, you see, at my resident, to show how important I am. I'm not just an ordinary person. Our mothers there, our sister there, and they are all here today. They came at my residence. They want to break fast.
It's good, Mike, and I love the representation. But the way you conduct yourself, it does not show to the world that the people you represent, you are actually representing their interests. You are putting in more emotional behavior over the issue you're trying to bring here. I applaud you that you got these people. Yes, and kudos to you. But I think your tolerance level need to depreciate a little bit. Bring it down. All the old men looking at you, even the little children, them, as you can see some of them, if they grow up and look at the video 10 years from now, they will say, talking. And I was down there, the guy was talking like this. And now society will judge you. I think what Mike is so, I mean, it's always better when you are faced with situations, seek advice from other people. We Liberian, and I'm not going to, take myself out of this thing. We always react out of our emotion rather than our sense of common judgment. But what will make us better is for us to be able to learn from things. That's why you see most often I watch most of my show. After every show, when I get the opportunity, I watch myself and learn from what I say, what I do. And if I ever have to do it again, how will I do it better? I learned that when I did speech communication in school. We were always asked to go home and look at ourselves presenting before the class and write on how our posture was, what we said, and if we had to do it again, how would we do it better? This video need to be watched by Mark Japatel. But let's applaud him for representing the people. But I think
We are going there. I get thousands of people behind me. Even our experts. Some of them, we stopped them yesterday. They were about to go in Uganda yesterday. So do not overlook my information I'm giving you. If Mr. President is listening to me, if President Joshua is listening to me, please deploy AFN now in Uganda. If anything happens to our people, Mr. President, if a single Manigo is killed, we will revenge on the Chief Justice of the Republic of Nigeria. I know you have a question. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we're not going to the Q&A section. We will not go to the Q&A section. That is the question and answer section. We're not going to the Q&A section. The reason we're not going to the Q&A section because we are pressed with time, and I would like to give you some timeline when it comes to the land dispute here. And that will take us now to the second phase of the presentation, which will be nothing else but the PowerPoint. So let me take you guys to the PowerPoint section of the presentation here. And thank you so much for staying on. First thing we're going to look at here will be, let's see which one I want to present to you guys here first. Let's see here. All right, so let's see a brief history here. I'm trying to see. I had 3 PowerPoint presentations here. I want to see which one will be the first one. I think this one will be the first one here. Let's see here. I have something here. Hold on, guys. Let me try to find that for you guys. Let me try to find it here. All right. Is that A right here? Nope. Not the hello. Okay, here. Okay, good. Good. Okay, I got something here for you guys. Okay. If I don't find it, I'll have to explain it to you guys. Because it's very, very essential or important. I explain that to you guys. I don't see it here. It's not here. But let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So let's come to the PowerPoint presentation here. Let's come to the PowerPoint presentation. Let me bring you guys to the PowerPoint presentation here. Is this the one I need to bring to you guys first? Yeah, let's see here. Okay. No, not that one. Okay. Yeah, let's do the one first. Let's do the one first. So, as we go to the PowerPoint presentation, the land dispute issue And if you need all the links, I'll give it to you. As part of the war, it was brought to international partner attention that the war also had to do with the issue of land. You see, as African, there is something called customary land right. Many of us today that come from the countryside and even in Mosquito County, our grandfather, our great-grandmothers, they inherited land from their father, father. For those land, we don't have no proof to the ownership on any law of Liberia to say this is the deal for that land. Many of us, when a few smart Liberians and Africans are finding their way to legalize their land ownership by obtaining a deed for the land. Because by tradition, custom, whatever land your father owns, when he dies or your mom dies, that land got transferred to the next person. And under that explanation, it's called customary land. Because it has been passed over from one person to another. But in theory, the Liberian government feel that most of the land belongs to them. And the way they could put it together, because I think about 70% of Liberians live in the rural area and they believe they own no land. But as the country expands, they want to put things into context because there are some investors that want to go to certain part of the country and want to invest on the land. But how will the people who claim to own the land and what type of land will it be? So they had different type of ownership of the land. So it was based on that the international community decided to work with Liberians and be able to put in place a bill. And that was when the Liberia, I think land, yeah, it's LRP, Liberia land something. I think I will find it here. But let's get to the PowerPoint here. You see it here. All right. So they created that bill. They created a bill about the Liberia land right. Yeah, it's a Liberia land right. Yes, I got it now. The Liberia land right. And in that right, that bill was created. Now, when the bill was created, it was created during the Ellen Johnson administration. And that bill was to be given to an authority, an autonomous authority called the Liberia, I think the Liberia Land Commission. Now, like I always tell you guys, when the national legislature come up with a law is not sufficient enough to drive the expectation of what that law was established for. We all know that the issue of land with undue, land owned by indigenous people, and government want to have some eminent domain. The law was created by Congress or established by, not Congress, by the national legislature, and that law was handed over to the Land Commission. They were the one entitled or over that implementation of that law. So as you will see here, all right, let me blow this up for you. All right, let me blow this up for you. Go all the way up. Okay, so think about this. The national legislature is like a pregnant woman. She's pregnant with the Liberia land right. And that's the bill. So she gave birth. And the father of that bill became what? The Liberia Land Commission. All right? The Liberia Land Commission Act. And had to establish the Land Commission. So the Land Commission now becomes the father of that. And what they're supposed to do? They're supposed to look into everything and begin to put in place policy, such as land right policy, land right principle in Liberia, transfer of land, transfer of government protected area, transfer of XYZ. The reason here is when the bill was enacted by the national legislature, it's just like a mother gave birth to the child. And then the father come and take the child. And then the father will have, if the mother ran away, in the case, the national legislation is not going anywhere. She just came up with that bill and created and enacted that law and say, Land Commission, yeah, it's here. We established you guys also. You guys are now an autonomous agency. You need to make sure that the Liberians across the entire country understand the rules of land right. What right they have, what right we government have, and how can we work together to bring investors across every county that will be willing to help us. So in little man term, the Land Commission was responsible to explain to the people what their rights are. Question for you. If your wife gave you the child and ran away, are you feeding that child? Are you bathing that child? Are you caring for that child? So when the law established the land right and passed over to the Land Commission, what have they been doing? What have they been doing? Did they go out there and begin to have town hall across the entire country? Because George Weah, as president of Liberia, signed that land right bill. Yes, he signed that land right bill. When he became president, he signed it. Ellen prepared it, the national legislature finally signed it, but Ellen was out of the door. Out of the office. She was leaving. When Mr. Weah came and signed. And the reason I blame Mr. Weah tonight on the topic is, remember what I told you guys? President Weah, make sure you bring all your director then, your minister then, let them give you 2 to 3 year vision plan. Now, if you were the commissioner for the Liberia Land Commission, what would be your 3-year vision plan? If the Land Commission authority were given to you, with all the context that is in that thing, what you would have done? You would have said, Mr. President, the law has been created, we got policy, we're in the next 3 years, we hope to go across the different counties and explain through the help of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, go across the county and begin to put in place measure, protocol, and how things should be done. If you think the president has given Mr. Weah a 3-year vision plan as to how he was going to implement this plan, you think Mike Jabate will be out there today? No. He won't be up there today. That's what we call misstep in the process. So as you can see here, as you go through the PowerPoint here, what you say here? This document provides the Land Commission policy recommendation for land right in Liberia, centered on 4 basic types of right. What are the 4 basic types of right? And I'm right here. The 4 basic types of rights: public land, government land, customary land, and private land. In addition, a protected area, that's the EPA, is a land which many fall under the government land. Customary land or private land, category by which must be conserved for the benefit of all Liberians. Did they put this thing into play? I'm not going to read the whole thing for you. If I let me tell you, I'm a consultant now, so I'm not going to be talking too much for you. I'm a consultant now. I'm going to be talking too much for you. But George, we have failed the people because the people he put in authority to carry out these things, just how you and myself reading this thing here, they should have read this thing to understand. Gentlemen, yes, how much did any people do during their time? I mean, how many people out there know how many type of land we got? Do they know whether we got private land, customary land? How much they understand these things? I guess nobody. Maybe they were on Muya. So Mike Jabate got a case, but he messing on himself. All Mike Jabate need to do is to see one thing when you're Liberian, then you're different from the women. Women will pick up phone. See, Nicodemus is a practical example of a woman. He walked to Jesus in the night. He didn't want to go to Jesus in the day. And we still had night and we still had day. Some of you guys, when you're having issues, you need to contact people and let them give you the guidelines. All right. So let's scroll down here little by little. Go to the second presentation. So these are different articles here. All right. Whereas chapter 3, article 22A of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia provides that every person shall have the right to own property. So you see, the policy is also referencing the Constitution. All right. So we'll go through all of these little by little. All right. Public land, government land. So these are different land. Land right. What is what? The land rights policy cover 5 land right category. What are the category? Public land, government land, customary land, private land. Now, question for you. Which land might I be talking about over there? Is it public land? Is it private land? Do they have deed for the land? How you think Majabatari will know which land belongs to them? If they have implemented the 5 principles of land by explaining to the people. Now, let's skip the one and go to another one because we're pressing with time here now, right? So now that you got it, the Land Commission should have utilized the policy and develop a program that will engage the people in the community to make them to understand the 5 different lands and give them what belongs to them, because the Constitution says as long as you are a Liberian, you must be entitled to land. And then whatever land you get, the process will start by surveying areas and people will be giving their deed to own ownership. There are certain places that will say this one belongs to the government. There are certain places that will say this one is a private land. There are certain places that will say this one is a customary land. Our people don't know the 5 different lands. If you ask Majabatari right now, how many type of land do we have in Liberia? Majabatari will not be able to tell you. Even if you ask Joe, you're not be able to tell you. Why you not be able to tell you? Because I'm not Joe, we are responsible to know about the land. That's why he's president, but he must put people in place who will bring a vision plan to him for that ministry or that agency in the case the land commission to tell Mr. Weir, here are the things we're going to work on in the next 3 to 5 years. But Mr. Weir don't listen to people. And I'm not here to get you all this on it because I'm a consultant now. All right? So that may progress here. There's no more business here. So let's go to the next one. So let's assume in our case here. All right? Let's assume in our case, between you guys and myself, let's assume that we got a bill that was signed by Mr. Weir, and then we are member of the Land Commission. And we know that we got 5 types of land in our country. And then we also know that constitutional, everybody who is a Liberian, they can also get a land. Now, we understand all those things now. We got a policy. But the policy must be driven through a program. And somebody will say, for example, Eric will say, but already, so we know the 5 land is here now. So what do we do next? You know what, Eric? How many counties we got right now? We got 15 counties. Okay. Which county is the hottest place? Right now, Nima County, there's a lot of people. Okay, so we will target all the 15 counties. But our first 5 counties, Nima will be number 1. So we're going to go to Nima, we're going to roll out our community engagement program. Is that okay for you, Eric? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's move on. And I will take us to the next phase of this PowerPoint presentation here now. All right? So we come to the next one here. Okay? So yeah, what we have here. All right? Let me blow it up for you guys here. Is it blow up now? Come on, man, blow up. All right, there you go. So, Eric and I, we coming out to a different country now. So, boom, we're not laying in my country now. Wait a minute, come on, all the country. Oh, Majabatari, we are from the Land Commission, and we're here to discuss the new bill that will pass to put the land business into context. All right? Yes. Then we have a community meeting here. Then Eric will come on the board now and begin to inform the people. This is the community here now, Eric informing here. What community should know about the land, the Liberian land, right law? So that's how we do it now. So we're having a town hall meeting now. All right? You see, my friend, the way people left from here, they went to Liberia, they put all the documents together. But our people fail to implement the law. You see what I'm talking about here? So from the Land Commission, what the community should know about Liberia land right law. This particular thing you see here, it should have been presented to the people of Liberia across all counties. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. All right? In fact, let me hold it. Let me hold it here so you can go closer there. All right? Let's Let's do it this way. Let's go closer here. All right. So the introduction here says, this information booklet focuses on selected provision of Liberia land right law. It explains the law on land ownership in general, but focuses on customary land. Like I said, the customary land is the one your power will pass to you, your mouth will pass to you. And question related to customary land, this booklet is simple English. Simple English. And our people don't speak English? Yes, sir. It is to be used for awareness about land right across what? The key word. Across. Where is it? Across Liberia. Right here. Where is the word I'm looking for? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I saw it right here. Across. Right. Okay. Across Liberia. Right here. See it? Across Liberia. So Eric and myself, since we are the Land Commission, we should take this information across the entire country. Eric, you ready for us to go? Well, and what we're going to be focusing on, this booklet is structured in 5 parts. So Eric, when we get to Nimba County, you myself will talk about the land right and provide overview of the scope. All right, we'll deal with customary land and ownership, so that Majabate and the money and the people he represent, they cannot be making plow. We'll also tell them about travel certificate, land and public land. We'll also tell them about protected area, and then we'll also deal with women land right. Those are things that we're supposed to learn. All right, and make progress. And then part of our presentation, we'll talk about the land right ownership. The Liberian people here will present those things across the county. And then we'll talk about the president of Liberia signed. So we'll let people know how things are changing now. Some of the question here is, when was the land right bill passed into law? And then Eric will stand up and say, the land right law, also called Land Right Act or LRA in short, was passed by members of the National Legislature on August 23, 2018. Who are in office at that time? George Manuel Weah. The president of Liberia signed this law on September 19, 2018. George Weah signed it. The law was printed into handbill on October the 10th. The law covered private land, public land, government land, and all the land here. All right? I tell you now, I can't talk to you. I gotta go home. 11:30. It's 11:30. So when you see Majabate making flour, it's because a program was not implemented. You see, when you create a law, and that law is passed down to an agency that is responsible to develop program, and that program should be brought to the people, and the people should understand it. And after they understand it, then they begin to follow the regulation of the program. Then the people will get to understand what it's all about. Then over time, you monitor how the people are doing with the program. And then you go back with a report. And then over time, the people will start getting used to it. If you do a gap analysis, recently Majabate is making that noise because when the bill was signed in August, and when the bill was provided in August, Mr. Weah signed it in September of 2018. What year is this year? 2021, right? That means 2019, 2020, and 2021, nobody did anything. Eddie tried to bring the bill to some level. Eddie was like helping the pregnant woman. Let me carry you to the hospital. Let me carry you to the hospital. Then Eddie put the bill and carried to the hospital. Guess where the hospital is? The National Legislature. That's the delivery room. So the National Legislature delivered the baby. And then who came for it? George Weah then came for it. And then George Weah signed for the baby to leave the hospital. And then they took the baby and gave it to the Land Commission. And the Land Commission now become what? The father. You must take care of the child. You must take care of the child. All right? Somebody said, it is still alive. Yes, I'm still alive, Judas. All right, let me bring Judas on here because I'm about to leave. Judas, you're coming on right now. Let me bring Judas on. All right, so guys, the class has ended, man. I'm not going to go in detail. I already told you guys. And, This is one of the things that I do, policy implementation. So look at you, if you listen, I just send you that request. You are welcome to come on now. I'm not going to go in depth with this because I am a consultant now. I'm not going to do anything for free. My man.
Hey, Randy, what's
You want
up?
to take off my shit so you can see my eye?
Nah, you good. Nah, you good. You
All
good.
right, all right, all right. All right. First of all, first thing first. Julius, I must admit to you on the show, I am not in any mood to have any discussion with some Liberians. Why? Because we have lived a very long time as a country, 174 years going. People must understand, especially when they live in America. Anyone who live in America don't want to understand Julius, I'm not going to be the one to make them understand. That if the man is from Bokonje, Liberia, I will side with them. But not somebody that live at Julius, no. So
and you know, Randy, once again, I know you and I had we had a diverse view on issues. We have
yes, sir.
disagreed on several things, but there are times where you speak to things that I've never had opportunity to actually know of, like the issue you just discussed today, the land rights and all of these things you just discussed.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I never knew of them. Okay, does that in any way mean I'm ignorant? Yeah, technically I'm ignorant to that information, but I'm not stupid.
Correct.
Okay, right. So when sometimes when people come on these different platforms, I have my personal platform. I host my show
Yes.
and I'm literally out there. Okay, they come with their emotion. They don't
Thank you.
understand the civil aspects of these discussions
Yeah.
because they have not had the opportunity to sit in and listen to other people who are supposed to be able to reveal the actual definition of civility, like how you're
Correct.
supposed to conduct yourself when
Yeah.
you're in a conversation. If you're
Yeah.
having a conversation with somebody else, when they are actually deliberating, you don't interrupt them. Okay,
Yes.
you sit and listen, and if you had an interjection, if you're physically connected, you put your hands up or make some sort of signal gesture so that
Correct.
they can notice you and
Yeah.
then acknowledge you, then you can contribute. Unfortunately, these things our people are not aware of it. So when I say to you, sometimes take your emotion out of it and try to be patient with them. It's not because I'm saying I'm not trying to understand where you're coming from. It's just that a lot of our people whom you see gallivanting the social media, they talk. It's all talk. A lot of them lack the practical knowledge, but the theory, because they hear other people talk of these things, but they lack the practical knowledge. Even your politicians in and out of Liberia, most of them lack the practical knowledge. So it is upon you and I to take back the good things that you have seen, how people exhibit or carry themselves here. It's upon you and I. Vast majority of the time, and I can tell you this: do your own research. Okay, as an engineer, that should be very easy for you. Do your own research. You would notice that 98% of Liberians who have the opportunity to have reside in the diaspora don't take home the positive aspects of what they have experienced. They take home the negative aspect of it. How the people see the people on the posters with the guns to the head, the little kids back home, they copy that. The people whom they see driving in the cars and laying it back in the car, even though it says it clearly in your driver's aid, which I had to do when I was in literally high school. When you drive a vehicle, how you're supposed to hold the wheel, they don't take that back home. They don't take the fact that when they're here, when you drive, before you even step on the pedal, you're supposed to make sure that your seat you're buckled in, and your kids in the car are buckled in. They don't take all of those things back home. They don't take the fact that when you're pulled over by the police officer, you're supposed to respect that police officer regardless of how much he or she gets paid. When they leave from here, they go back there and behave like they are kings and queens. So when it comes to the aspect of educating our people, We have to learn to be patient, because even people in the diaspora today, they are part of the problem because they are not helping us
True.
to try to, eradicate the issue, that primitive mindset. They're not helping us get out of it. We want to compete with countries like Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and other countries, but we can never compete with these people if we cannot change our people's mindset. And that's why sometimes when I go on this platform, I beg people to say, please be patient with them. And I'm not going to sit here and behave like I'm a saint. I really do get upset with some of their behaviors at times, but I try to be patient because I feel like it is upon me to participate in the transformation process of Liberia, or possibly the reformation process. Because if I get upset and get frustrated with them, then we all would just dash the country like it is and go our separate ways, because you can afford to get yourself a cup of rice to eat. But the young boy, the young girls who are getting exploited on the daily basis, they cannot afford it. And that's why our politicians want. They really want the opportunity to exploit these young people. The way they do that is they put these young people in their pockets. These young people live in their pockets because they cannot afford to get jobs. They cannot afford to feed their family. So they do all of these things on the daily basis. It's not in the interest of the masses. It is all about themselves. So when we start, to educate our people on the importance of why they need to fight for education, why they need to fight for healthcare, why they need to fight for civic education, and all of these things, your politicians get mad at you. They distance themselves from you, because now what you're doing is you are literally biting into their territory.
Yeah.
Because in the next few years, their kids would not be able to leave from here. Like you and I, our kids are here, they're getting some of the best education, they're part of the best system. If they're performing academically, they will be recognized. Unfortunately for the kids in Liberia, they're not going to get it. But I'll tell you again, do your own research. 85 to 90% of your government officials' kids don't live in Liberia. And guess what? Their kids live here. But after they have had an opportunity to graduate and go to Liberia, the kids in Liberia can't compete with them. It's not because the kids in Liberia are not educated or they're not smart, but it's because the system is so flawed that these kids cannot do what they need to do for themselves, so they cannot compete with the kids from over here. Does that mean the kids from over here are smarter than them? No.
No, because they don't have the resources.
Thank you. The resources are not available. The opportunity have not been made available to them. So now that brings me back to the genesis of my point here tonight. You cannot easily, I understand we're all humans. Sometimes you get mad at these people, but you have to also think about it. Sometimes some of them come under these fake accounts because they want to distract you from the reality. What you honestly supposed to educate people on, they come to distract you because they don't want you to propound on those issues. If you follow today's Liberia politics, you will realize that even people who claim to be eloquent, are the most deceptive individuals in Liberia politics today. The ones who claim to be eloquent. The only reason they're doing these things is because they are seeking government jobs. Unlike some of you who have no interest in government jobs, all you want to see is the best thing for Liberia.
Exactly.
Guess what happens, right? Now you become the common target. They don't want to hear from you. Then they start to push the idea of, I've been in Liberian politics for the longest, but the most irritating part about it is that they don't tell most of the people is, hold up. If you've been in Liberian politics for the longest, and things are still the same, aren't you embarrassed to even claim the length of time you have been? Because if I have been a part of anything, innovatively, I think innovatively, every time I go to work and I see any of my employees or any of the guys, my associates, I hate calling them employees because I'm not the owner of the company.
I know, right?
Any of my associates, right? And I see them struggling with something. The first thing that comes to mind is, how can we improve the process? So that if I'm not here, nobody's calling my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing that go into my mind. Now that put me in the position of a good leader. I am trying to create for myself or build for my team a better leader. So when I'm no longer with that institution, I'm no
Yeah.
longer
You know,
with
it
that
should go
company,
on. You
I'm no
sustain the
longer,
process.
life can go on simultaneously,
Yeah.
easily. We can have better people. So even when I retire, and that's the system, that's how the system works here, Randy.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, the reason why you see the continue with the youth empowerment, the continue with this whole development and support
Mm.
for the younger people, academic achievement and all of the encouraging all these people. It's not because they have money to waste. It's simple. When you retire, you need somebody to replace you. And
Correct.
they don't want to have to take years upon years to find that guy to do your job. They
True.
want 90, 60, 90 days, and they have your replacement, and they
Yeah.
celebrate you, have your birthday or whatever retirement party. They say
Hmm.
bye to you, and the minute you leave, they're not even calling you no more
Yeah.
until you're close fresh with them. If
Yeah.
you're not really close with them, they're not even worried about you no more.
Yeah. I would see that all the time.
Unfortunately,
Place of work. Yeah.
right. Unfortunately, in Liberia, a man will retire
Mm.
and then you're still looking around. It takes you 2, 3, 4 years
Yeah.
for you
To
to
have a
find
replacement.
somebody to replace him. And that's what these politicians, as I refer to them, that's what they want.
That's a very
So
good
we
description of
cannot
them.
get frustrated. We cannot get frustrated with some of the people who come on this platform using evetics, you are all profanities, and sometimes I looked at them, I get frustrated, to be honest with you. But then I look at it and say, it is upon
So
me
that
to
so that
educate these
let me
people.
ask you this. So you giving them the benefit of the doubt because you see them as someone who need more education from you than what they're doing to you. Have you
Yes.
measured the sources since you started with them, and how many of them have convinced
Quite
themselves?
honestly,
Uh-huh.
quite honestly, I have not. I would not sit here and lie to you. I have not invested time because some of the people whom I thought would be smart, like I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
are the same people being deceptive in their messages to the general population.
Correct.
Okay, they are deceptive.
Yeah.
So the anger piles up in the general population, the younger people out there.
Yeah.
All right, and so it comes to the point where they don't want to listen to you or myself because they feel like we all have the same agenda.
Correct.
Let me use, for example, I will use, for example, a friend of mine who
Uh-huh.
I consider a brother, George Lobo.
Yeah.
Lobo claims to be a man of integrity. All right.
Correct.
Lobo, you come out here, you say you hate corruption, but when Barney Samukai was in the issue of corruption,
Yeah.
you could not distance yourself
Stand
from
up.
Barney
Yeah.
Samukai,
Stand up and speak the
right?
truth. Yeah.
Because the reason being you could not distance yourself from Barney Samukai because Honorable Borkai lifted the hands of Barney Samukai. And the
Yeah.
reason you could not distance yourself from that relationship is because you claim to be a person of institution. But you
Yeah.
run around and you criticize and try to castigate the CDC government. Of course, you're doing the same thing. But then you want to invoke the idea of constitution, or the constitution did not, or the law did not say anywhere that he could not run. You know what? The people who are running those institutions in Liberia, they're not also ignorant. They do things deliberately. They know at the time, Brownie Samukai, they could get him anyway. So that it's almost like you say, you come to me and say, hey, Julius, I owe you $20, but I don't have the money right now.
Correct.
So I just want to go, give me another week, but I'll add $3 to it. And I know you don't have a job, but at the end of the day, I'm going to benefit from the fact that you just promised me that you'll give me $3 because I want the $3 interest. I'm like, oh, go ahead. And that's what they did to Barney Samukai. They had him in their hands. He said he wanted to run. The Constitution was not going to stop him, okay, from running because they had, at that time, they had nothing substantial to say we have to stop it because the case had not concluded. So they gave him the leeway. Go ahead, go. At the end, when we need you, we're going to get you.
We'll get you.
Okay? And so when he went and participated, then after he won the election, They said, well, you know what? Now we're going to conclude the case. Guess what? Okay. What was the verdict? Now, what are you going to say? Oh, no, he's not. We can't do that. We have to
So how do you correlate that to George Lobo behavior now about the young people having that perception, that general
because
perception of
the,
us?
the correlation here is George Lobo supported at the time. He supported that decision for the current Vice President, Honorable Boy Kai, to have lifted the hand of this man to represent our people in Lofa County. The young generation, we should have been the one to stand up and say, Uncle, we understand, we want to win the elections in Liberia, but this generation of people, we have decided to build on integrity, ethics, and moral. And because of that, we will ask that you please do not leave the hands of Mr. Samokai. Find someone else to represent the Unity Party, or let him go by himself.
And you think George Lobo having his own platform should have been the messenger?
Should have been the messenger to prefer this information, propound, and they said, look, folks, I understand I might be hurting people feeling tonight, just like I'm doing tonight. I know a lot of people on here would not like what I'm saying. A lot of people on here hate what I'm saying, but the reality remains the same. That is, look, if we have to change Liberia, the burden is on our shoulder. We would take the hard hits. We would take the unwanted beating. Okay, but we have to stand up like the same way. And I will end up with it. A few days ago, when the most talked about talk show host, Henry Costa, he came out and grossly disrespected a young woman, called her names because he disagreed with her. I sat for 3 consecutive hours and waited for somebody to come up and say,
and nobody has said anything up to now.
And nobody says something until I say, you know what? I'm going to call this brother out publicly. And then people started to go at it. And finally, he came back and made an apology. I have nothing against the brother. I admire his resilience. I admire his intelligence. He's a good brother. But in order for us to persevere and excel in our country, we have to hold ourselves accountable. I have to hold you accountable the same way I held you accountable for the decision made to have supported the CDC. And you, sometimes we disagree. But that does not in any way negate the fact that we are in the interest of
the country. And let me say this before you leave. Of what you just explained, here is my theory. And I will take that as far as from 1847 of the present. You see, Carla Joe Lobo, Costa, and the others that don't want to stand up for the truth, there's one purpose in mind, and it's very personal. You see, when you guys go to Liberia, or even the politician, they're one thing in their mind, and that is the intention. My intention is to become a president, to become a lawmaker. They don't add the complement of the expectation. Because if you want to be a successful leader, you must have an intention. And that intention should produce expectation. So when you see guys like Lobo, Costa, and all the guys there doing things that is surprising to us, it's not strange to me, because there's one thing they focus on, and that is the intention. The intention is to look the other way against things that will produce expectation. And with that mindset, Julius, we are not going to go anywhere, because you know what? What is Costa's expectation if Mo Ali had gone to that girl? Why do you think he should have talked to Mo Ali? Mo Ali, yes. In fact, let's forget about Costa and let's go to Mo Ali himself. Mo Ali getting in a relationship with a girl. What is your intention? Just to have a relationship with her?
Randy, I don't want us to get back, because Mo Ali already acknowledged his mistake. I don't want to do it on that. Even I brought it up to use as an example.
What I'm bring up to you here, what I want you to understand, I want you to understand 2 things from me. The reason we are not making progress is because most of our talk show politicians, including the present and the future, they are all about intention, and that is to get what they want. But the expectation is why we change things around, and they don't want to produce the expectation, because the expectation is the complement of your intention. What do you expect Liberia to be 30 years from now? And you know the reason why they don't have the platform and commit themselves to the platform? Because the platform will be the expectation. Or they tell you, I want to be president, I want to be representation. But what is your expectation? Why you think, Julius, after all the years you spent in the US, when you go back to Liberia, you are in total disbelief of things that you left there and it hasn't changed? It's like you put it on a pause and you know, like America, you spend all the years here, and when you go back, the same thing remain unchanged. Why? Because those who went there, they didn't have the expectation to say, you know what, Julius and other left from here, currently in the diaspora, we want to improve the community so that when he come back, he can get to see the expectation. Their intention is just to fill the pocket and don't provide for the expectation. And that's where I disagree with most of the guys. So when you see guys like George Lobo, they all behave in a way. I just want you to understand that there is only one thing, and I think it's expectation to get what they want. But I mean the intention, but there's nothing the expectation. I gave you the last word because we pretty much.
And finally, I just want to say again, like I said, we've disagreed on several occasions. We are humans. We are not supposed to remain static. We are not computers or anything that sometimes, even with the computers, you can set it for a static approach or exception. So we are dynamics in our approach, and like we use that analogy. That's why when I hear a lot of people who wants to claim to be politicians, claim the dynamics of politics, and I say to you, no, I'm from a technology background. I understand exactly where you're trying to go with this. You can't beat me to that. But in short, I want to say this today, and not an attack to anybody or any one of our brothers and sisters. We just have to understand that we all own it to Liberia, the responsibility. When you all sit and listen to these different platforms and these different individuals trying to portray themselves as politicians, I want you to see them as politicians. Politicians in the Western world, they are not in their individual interests as compared to what you have. Politics in the Western world, for which they are far off better than us, is they are not seeking individual interests. They are seeking the interests of the nation because they're looking at the generations after them. Your politicians, whom I refer to as politicians, they are seeking their individual interests because they have not been able to survive in the Western world. They cannot stay with the competition because the buyers are out here competing with them. So they are running back home. Because they cannot stay here to compete. So they're finding every reason to run back home and seek that gravy that they cannot achieve here, which then they become politicians overnight and seek one.
So let me ask you the last question.
Forget the people.
Let me ask you the last question, and that would be the last question for the night from me. How have you been received now with the straight shooter mindset of yours? You are a very straight shooter.
Trust me, I have been insulted, and I'm consistent. Like people whom I became friends with from start, the distance themselves from me now. They no longer want to be, and you know that. And I expected this because my dad warned me about this. He always said to me, stay out of Liberian politics. They do not like sincerity. And I'm not an honest person. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a saint. I'm not a saint.
And I'm sure most of the guys
I have my personal, I'm not a saint, but I think that if we will change Liberia, it have to come from the bottom of our heart, not from the bottom of some kind of political institution or from the pit of your pocket. Because you want to fill your pocket, so you forget that there's a child who in Liberia would never be given an opportunity to experience that internship job, simply because we have not given them the foundation to build themselves. There are kids in high school today who don't even know how to build resume. They know nothing. I have seen graduates from universities in Liberia who don't even have resumes. Some of them, how do you think about this, Randy? How do you feel when you have graduates from the universities of Liberia have to come out here and their credentials are not even respected because of the system that we have in place? What about our nurses, okay? Those people who are in the healthcare, after they have spent so much time, they spend extra times on the field. They understand what it takes. When they come out here, they are looked down upon, their credentials and all these things are not accepted. It's sad, but we as a people, we have to build ourselves. For you to respect me, I had to remain that person. I had to be consistent. Even though I disagree with you on several occasions, you even blocked me. I said to myself, this is not going to change my position on the fact that Randy, you supported CDC, so you're part of the problem, and you defended yourself, and I still remain focused on that. Yes, you are part of the problem, like Vandilla Patrick. I call him Uncle Vandilla, but I say you guys got us in this thing right here today, so fix it. Don't leave it and turn away. Fix it.
So my position today, where do you put me now with my position now?
Your position still remains the same, that you all help got us in this. So yes, go back, fix it.
So I like your honesty, but I'm trying not to reverse the process. Even though the process, the imprint is there. The imprint is there. It's like the wall has been built. So even if I paint the wall with different color, you still see the structure as my structure.
But here's the thing, though. You would never change the life, the 6 years that other young Liberians will have to endure, go through 6 years, 6 consecutive years that they may have to live without any kind of progress. Okay, you may have 2% of the Liberian population who are enjoying this entire George Weah government, and the rest of it, 98% of the population, are living through struggles, hard time. You will never change that. Does that mean that let me just say this though. Let me just say this, Randy. Does that mean that how you elected Joseph Boakai, the situation would have changed? Possibly not, because he had the same group of people around him. Looking from the LA government, those guys are all ready and they were willing to just go back and continue the same thing. But thank God. Again, the only reason I bring this up is so that people can use the mistake that one or two of us made to learn and not make this a mistake.
I will say this to you. As an engineer, you are one and I'm one, and there are many out there. During my campaign, I knew there was going to be a day that I would have to be held accountable. And that's why on that day I said, if he doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here. So I still believe
you pre-calculated. We caught it at pre.
So when you want to hold me accountable, I don't know at what percentage, I want you to also factor that in.
No. But the truth is, though, why I hold you accountable, I mean, I also believe there's also room for reconsideration. You are doing your best to also help participate. You're not like the typical seditionists who would say because they supported the government, regardless of whatever the situation is, they would not say the truth. You understand? But you have been very vocal. You've spoken against some of the ills, and you've been very, fair about it. As compared now, I'm thinking about it when I hear you sometimes when you speak to this, I think about it, I look back like, would we have had the opportunity to learn these things? Because the Mo Ali and all of these guys who have been in government before, they knew how to cover their tracks.
Yeah.
So there would have been no way for us to be able to find something, what's really going on. We would have been left in just nothing. Okay, all we would have been doing is, things are a little bit okay, let's live with it.
Yeah.
But we would not have known it. But because of George Weah ascendancy to the presidency, now we have seen the loopholes.
Yes.
So now we have an expectation for the next person who will come and serve that office. So now all of our arrows, all of our eyes, we are looking at them. And that's the reason why we say, don't bring back people who have already exploited the system. And I don't want to get into no campaign mode here, because all my campaign is for a better Liberia. And I will stop at that and say, thanks for bringing me on, but please be patient with our people. Stop blocking people, give them the opportunity, be patient with them, let them express that.
But
with no disrespect or profanities, though. If they start
equally so, they should come with open mind too. And I take your advice, and I have been tolerant with them. But I think when you come out straight like that, I have to address the issue. So I take your advice, and let's see how things will be. But thanks so much for the time. All right. So when you bring it back on your show to talk about the environment,
I'll bring you. Just let me know. Like, send me an invite, and I'll bring you back. Hopefully, sometime in a couple of weeks, we'll bring you back. All right.
All right. Take care, bro.
No problem. Bye.
All right. Good night. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that was Lofa Julius. He's one of the guys. We had so many disagreement in the past, and I like his his presentation tonight. He's very he's very straight with things. I also like to be straight on things, and I think both of us come from two different views. I think we are heading in the same direction. I will look into what he said, but for me, I think my reason of just blocking some people is based on the fact that Liberians, they have made so many choices, not only on Facebook, but those who they intend to follow. And my only thing is, if you come on my show, and I think part of it will be part of my introduction message to you guys. If you come on my show, you have to be very, very patient. Don't act out of your emotion, because when you come and want to just strike somebody down with some disrespectful message, I will not allow your distraction to be part of my show. So we have to come to some common denominator. We must find a common denominator to have the discussion. You're not going to be the dominant denominator and I be the least denominator. No, we must be at equilibrium on the topic, because part of my teaching here also must will focus or has been focused on behavior control. Yes, behavior control, behavior management are things that I utilize as part of my teaching. And that means if you come, be of someone who listen more and don't react out of your emotions. All right. So I heard what Lofa Jr. said. There will be some further evaluation of what he recommended. I'm not just going to take it like that. I'm going to further evaluate, and as time go by, I will get to know. But I feel that if you come in my circle, there should be some level of moral value and mutual understanding for both of us. Guys, it's 3 off the top of the hour. That is 12:03. And I'd like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys. I don't want to hold you guys up. Tomorrow, I'm not going to work. I say now, yeah, if I'm going to work, it will be 30 minutes. Tomorrow, I'm not going to work. I'm staying home again. So, just to let you guys know. Eric, I'm going to call you. Let's talk later. Thank you guys for the show. I'm going to download the show and then we'll play it again. But I already got something pending for in the morning, and then I'll play this one maybe early in the morning tomorrow. Until then, have a pleasant night. God bless you guys, man. Take care. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Unfortunately, I cannot come live on the camera for you to see me because I'm almost on my way to bed. But I thought the broadcast was very interesting. As you can see, I say here Throwback. So this broadcast today that you watch kind of started from 2020, 2021, and 2022. If you missed the entire podcast, I encourage you to please go back and watch it. Oftentimes, if I'm not live, I tend to go back to my old video and bring my old video out and see what are some of the missed opportunity. How did the conversation go? What did I say? What am I saying now? What did I learn? What did I hear? These are all geared towards process improvement to enhance, to improve the way I present the show and the conversation we had. So I'm sure that some of you guys who listen through, you may have learned something. The conversation that you just watched between Julius and myself, that was in 2021. Very, very interesting conversation. So I would like to say thank to every one of you guys. Hopefully tomorrow, that will be Friday. Got 7 more minutes to Friday. We will be back here to present a present day reality conversation. But whenever I'm off, I just would like to fill in the gap with past videos and stuff like that. You guys that watched the first video, in that video, I mentioned that Mr. Weah was not going to win the election because of the way he was conducting himself, and that prediction came to pass. So if you measure what Jay Rennie has said in the past and continue to say, I think we are in the positive of what we say out here and what we say out there. And I think we will continue to remain on the path of being very honest with the truth and with the people. So thank you guys so much. God bless you guys. I'm signing off and I will see you guys again. So bye for now. All right. Signing off.